What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're going to be looking at
Single raised pots played out of position. And we're going to hide what our opponent has as we look through and just play as ourselves. So I'll go first. Ace queen, easy raise. We get called by the button, totally normal. We get a great flop for us. The hungry horse simplification here is to check range. The simplification that I was using for a couple of months was to check range because we said, let's do more check raising and see what happens. So I was checking range as an experiment. So we'll see whether this is included in my check raise experiment. And I'm going to guess that the poker coaching and GTO and a GTO strategy like peak is going to bet this hand a sizable, some volume, somewhere between 40 and 60%, this hand's going to bet, and maybe the lower aces will do a lot of the checking. And this particular time, I just bet out. So I didn't use that. Bet out, got called. That's great. I'm going to size up the turn. This paired 5 doesn't worry me a lot. So yeah, I'll size up to about 8, I'm going to guess. Yeah, I do it. I overbet it. I go, he has an ace. Let's go. And he just folds. And his hand was a 9. So I got some value from a 9. Maybe there wasn't much more value to get from a 9 on the turn when the 5 pairs and like that. Maybe he would have called a smaller bet. And let's see what's Peak's sizing on this is. Hello, Peak. All right.
It was awesome.
I just ran it. Peak has us basically checking range on this flop as the pre-flop raiser.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Really?
Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at how that of just how check range we do.
It might
Okay.
be interesting to look at some aggregate reports.
Okay. And we have those in Peak? All right, let's take a
Yeah.
look at those. Let's take a look. If we have those in Peak, let's take a look at the
You
aggregate.
have them in Peak.
Right, great. So we are in the, where's the button? He's the button. Okay, so we're hijack. So hijack raises, button calls, big blind folds, flop comes 9-5 of diamonds, ace of probably spades, ace of spades. Yeah, okay. So checking 88% of the time. If you simplified this to a full range check, that'd be fine. When you bet an ace, they're all betting. Ace, king a little bit more. They all bet some. Okay, I got no insight there. When we do the small bet, which we did, and he calls, and we get the 5 of spades. Now we continue betting, and our size that we like most is to stay small, 5.4. It does not like the overbet at all. I was targeting specifically the ace. So I was too greedy in the world of Peak.
Can we go back and look at an aggregate report real quick?
Yes, let's do that. Okay,
So
show me
let's
where we'll
go
find
to
this.
right after the flop and then click on hijack node right there.
Hijack node.
And then
Where are my aggregate reports? Aggregate reports. Here they are. Oh,
it is
aggregate.
not, it
for
says
flop
flop
only.
only, but we're on flop, but it doesn't. So just hit flop
On the
again.
turn.
Yeah. Oh,
With
you
the
need
flop.
to. You got to do it before the flop to get
Put
an
in random, doesn't matter.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
No, hit fold on big
Fold.
blind.
Hit
Hit
random.
random.
Ag reports.
Ag reports.
All right. Here we go. Loading
So
reports.
this is not super informative, but
Mhm.
it does tell us some things. I mean, it
I
tells
like
us that if you hover over the top check right there where it says check, just
Mhm.
go down 1. So it's checking 70% of the time across all flops
Across all
in this
boards.
configuration.
Right.
So that's an important insight into the way that GTO is playing,
Right.
which
Okay.
you kind of touched on when you were giving a little bit of a history of
Yeah.
the evolution of this configuration.
Right. Middle connected boards are the 100% checks. These are the ones that are all just 4, 5, 8. Ace Jack 9. Wouldn't have predicted that as just a full range check. Okay.
Yeah, so these low two-tone boards, it's doing a lot of checking on.
Yeah. Lots of those.
And
Let's,
then we could look at the opposite now, right? We could look at
yeah, we're gonna
the,
look at the opposite, but I want to hit one thing. I want to restrict these to the mono boards. Here we go. Here's our mono boards and see if they ever get down to where the betting comes in on mono boards. The mono boards that we bet at any volume all have a Broadway card. All right. So middling mono boards, not so much. Ace 9-7 is never, but we're gonna get but the ace that we're gonna get it, ace 6-8 starts to sneak in. Let's look at some ace ones that do it. Disconnected is where you start getting some of this on the ace high region. Board types, ace. Back to this, just looking at the ace highs. Yeah. Ace queen, ace 10, two Broadway cards off an ace, get some betting there. Okay. Now looking at two-tone. Now I'm gonna reverse it. Who checks the least? Let's look at all the boards. Okay.
all right, so we've got no filters. And this is just our highest betting frequency,
Highest
right?
ones. Ace, king, ace, king, 10. So
So
big
generally, I think
Broadway
the
pairs. Big Broadway.
heuristic takeaway is that king high disconnected often are kind of our unicorn bet, C bet.
No, these are
Oh.
this is king. No, you still have aces in them.
Of course, but I'm
Real ace.
talking about across the entire range.
Oh, okay.
So
Quick-
you can look at that, like one way to do that would be to do like, so you've got a board type here, and then you can do like board type, and then you can compare ace high and king high. And I think king
Right.
high gets bet a lot.
Oh,
So
I
if you
still
make
had ace
that-
high. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had ace high in there. I screwed it up. Okay, thank you. Here we go.
So
Now, sorted by check. Yes, king high more than ace high. King high are the first ones that come in.
yeah, I mean, generally, that's a heuristic you can take away, which
Yeah.
I've noticed is that although we're checking a lot, king high boards have this kind of effect, I guess, where we have
Right.
more king X. He's just defending more ace X.
Mhm.
But your ranges, of course, your opponent ranges are going to be more like what this guy's playing. So
And our specific one with the ace 9-5, the features that it has is let's take an ace is the high card, and then the middle card, and then it's so ace mid, and then we get just ace mid. We just an eight. These are ace boards which have an ace and a middle card.
I think so.
Okay,
They're ace high boards.
ace mid. Here we go. So that kills the eights. So in the world of ace mid,
So the first thing I'd look at is what your average is across all these boards, right?
right?
So you can go to the top, go where it says average
Mm-hmm.
at the top, and then go and then just, go, what are you checking? You're checking 70% of the time here.
Yeah.
So
Now,
that
that-
doesn't really tell you anything because that's
I'm not
the
sure the-
same as unfiltered.
Right. This may have been a
So
bug.
it's not really giving you any information.
But remember, this might have been a bug. The average is 69.9 here. Now let's do this. Ace high mid. The average is still 69.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't adjust this for the filter.
Oh, that's right. Can
That
you
was the
tell them
bug.
to fix that?
Yes.
That's a really stupid bug. I mean,
Fix
essentially,
average shown in filtered.
it takes away a lot of the value of ag reports here.
Yes. Okay. There we go. But the important thing on ours, so ours was an ace mid board, like it was ace 9-5, right? Ace 9-5. Let's see, is the thing that killed us the two-tone? Is that why we didn't get to bet so much? So looking in the world of sort of Ace 9-7 doesn't bet much. Ace 9-7, ace 9-5. Oh, here we go. Not 5 is a low card. Here we go. Apparently, there we go. Ace 9-5, ace 9-6, hands like this, we just don't get to bet. Now, when they are flush draws, here we go. So the two-tone ones, same ones. The ace 10 has some betting volume. The ace 9 in the two-tone just drops to nothing, right? That's what we're seeing. And in the rainbow, nope. It's the ace 9-5. It's the ace 9-5 of it more than the, oh, sorry, two-tone is still there. Here we go, rainbow. In the ace 9 region, very little betting. So it's the texture. It's the rank, not the two-tone that is driving down, that is driving up all our checking. And ace 10 is where we get some betting. All right. So when I took this line, what we discovered was when I took this line, it did not like the big bet on the turn. That was overly greedy. All right, Brian.
Hello.
Hello, Brian. I give you a hand.
Sounds good.
Here we go. Get ace queen again.
All right.
What would you like to do?
I'll raise.
Excellent. You got called by a short stack.
Well, on a king high board like this, I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be c betting this almost every time, but
Okay.
probably pretty a small, like 33%.
All right, let's do that. He calls.
Um, I mean, I'm probably supposed to continue betting on this. This is a great card for my range, but I would honestly like to check raise this.
Ooh, nice. And when you check raise, so your check raise jamming, right? Because when he bets
Yeah,
this at 5, your check raises. So you're gonna just check raise jam and say, no, I really did have a king.
yeah,
Okay, check. He checks behind. You don't get to check raise.
that's a pretty awful card. Um, mm, like after checking, it's kind of, I feel like I have to check again after checking
Yeah,
on the turn.
yeah. I did this, which I think is not right. It may work, but I don't think it's right. I think I should
I mean,
check.
I like that, but I think the GTO is going to want you to check again after checking the turn.
I think the logic of this is also I should check here and I should call anything up to about, mm, well, certainly I should call up to 5 big blinds. I would probably call anything up to pot
Yeah,
and just try to get value from his busted heart flushes that hopefully don't have a jack. And he raises, and now I have to fold. Right, we're folding here.
yeah,
Yeah, we're folding. And he had the jack.
tactics.
Yeah. So
What does it think about my check raise, though, is the question. Or at
let's
least attempt.
let's see.
That's gonna be
Um,
hard to solve because he's on a short stack.
yeah. But let's just do it. Let's just do it. You'll check raise, just not all in. Let's just do a
Sure.
normal check raise. Okay. Here we go. We are back to reset. And this was cutoff raise, button called, flop came, king 7 of hearts, jack of clubs. Jack of clubs. And here we are with ace queen. Ace queen can happily bet and can happily check. Both are happy. We bet a third. Absolutely fine. Our suits don't matter to say we can't do it. There we go. He calls with his jack six suited, which by the way, he doesn't have, but he does have a jack 10.
Closest, yeah.
And by the way, this is going to, just so you know, this is going to tell us that the solver's output here is not good against this villain, because how many jacks does the solver have compared to what this guy actually has?
Does it have 3 jacks?
Totally different.
4
Now,
jacks.
what really matters is not how many, but the percentage, how dense are jacks in his range. And it's possible that if his range has jack 6 here, it also has, it also has 10, 6 and queens, it also has all this. So maybe his density of jacks is going to be similar to this. So maybe the solver output isn't meaningless, but take the solver output with a grain of pepper at best. All right. So here we go. We bet, he calls, we get the king of diamonds,
Spades.
king of diamonds.
Oh, it was diamonds,
Nice try.
yeah.
All right. There we go. King of diamonds. And now our ace queen,
Does not like to check.
it loves to continue betting. It doesn't hate the check. I mean, the check is not a mistake. It's 24%, in some of these things. And our particular combo, spade club, is one of the least ones. It's in the tiny ones. What affects us to check more? Queen of hearts is checking a lot.
Ace of
Clubs,
hearts.
queen of hearts, queen of hearts,
Yeah, Ace of hearts doesn't know.
ace of clubs, queen of diamonds. Not going to go too deep in the weeds here, but yeah. So when we check, because that's what we did, right? I'm really surprised to see this. And in game, I think that this is certainly not going to work against him. When this king comes, and it's so great for our range, the problem is that when he has a jack, he now doesn't fold it. Because because you said the words, that's great, he has fewer kings. And my thought was, and he's thinking about us, that's great, we have fewer kings. So his jack gets promoted and he doesn't fold it. That's what we think.
Yeah.
Game to this guy. But we do
That
check.
was a tricky play that wasn't necessary because the king is just good for us.
Yeah. Here we go. But in this particular case, betting it, I don't think would have helped us, but that's fine. Here we go. We check, he checks. And we check behind. Oh, wait, this is him. Oh, no, this is us. This is us. That's right. We check and he checks his jack behind, which he often does. And the river is the last king of spades. And now it's on us. And after doing this check line, we have few combos left, but let's see them. Come on. Slide over. Show me. Show me my hand. Oh, it's still thinking. So apparently this is a difficult river.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit reload in a second. All right, we're gonna do this. We'll go to the next hand and then we will come back to this. And if it hasn't given us an answer, we'll reload it. All right, Larry.
Yeah, it's open. Sure.
Good. Button call.
This is quite a difficult position. We're pretty much at bottom of range here.
Mhm.
And the two's missing. I don't mind throwing us B50 or B33 here because
Okay.
it's a pretty dry flop.
All right. If you're gonna check, can you check raise this combo?
Yes.
Well, there's the answer.
I say yes. I'll find out. I think you can check raise this combo when you check. And I think that doing so is going to maximize fold equity. That would be great. Check, check. Then of course, sometimes that happens and you have to realize your equity. All right, 8.
Okay. I think we have a two-street bluff candidate if we choose.
Just a zero equity, two street bluff.
Yeah, so I would start with the small bet.
Okay. I went big. He called.
And I'd argue not the best river, but you at the bottom of range, and I would bet 25.
All right.
Yeah, I would overbet if I was gonna take this line.
Huh.
That's gonna happen a lot.
That does, yeah. And it had to be both. You had to have both. By the way, your eight doesn't play, dude. I don't know why you're so impressed with your two pair. You're chopping at best with the other aces. I hate him so much. All right, let's take a look and see if we've gotten an answer here. We have gotten an answer. So our answer is that the ace queen on this line does a lot of checking. We'll find out if it's to check raise. And the one that bets the most is spade, diamond, and diamond spade. That's the one that loves it. So the one that doesn't, the one that opens up all of his backdoors continues on the flop. So it doesn't have a heart and it doesn't have a club. That's what's good about it. Okay. So I did a bet with our combo, which was spade club. Okay, so wrong combo. Absolutely wrong combo. Could not be more wrong. And you wanted to see, does it go for the check raise? So there's the check. Now, he bets his jacks now. And his size for jack betting is 5.8. So he throws out a 5.8, and you want to now check raise his ass. Go for it.
There it is.
Congratulations. Go for it. And spade club, which is our combo, spade club loves the check raise, loves it. And it is not fucking around. 48.4. Into a pot that is currently 9. No, the pot's bigger than 9. What's he bet 5 into a pot. The pot is 14, right?
Ooh.
Something's wrong here. We raised to 2.5. So 5, 8 points something. And then he bets another 6. So it's not counting his 6 yet. You guys see that?
Yeah, because 6.
He's got it wrong. Okay, so let's take a picture of this. This is the pot is wrong picture. Okay. Now, where does it store this? I think it stores this in. No, that's not where it stores it. Excuse me, sorry. There it is. Okay, this is pot is wrong. Fix average. Pot is wrong. Graphic. You guys don't care about this. All right, there we go. Back to the world. But yeah, it loves it. And when you do it, come on, Jack. Fold. Fold, Jack. Jack's doing some folding. And anybody want to say why the Jack 10 of hearts does the most calling here compared to the other ones? The answer is Scotty believes this is a 2-level solver answer.
He doesn't bluff his busted heart draws.
Right. when we got here with ace, queen of clubs, you know, if we were in that mode, we could bluff, but we don't bluff the ace, queen of hearts here. And therefore, when he has, or it's better yet, since it's jack 10, ace, jack of hearts are, you know, when we get here with those, we don't bluff. There we go. Okay. So that was that hand. And boy, that is a beefy bluff. Oh, and after we make the bluff, it's still saying the pot is the wrong size. Pot's wrong here too. All right. We will. Another picture of the wrong pot. Okay. Back to this. After Larry, it is Crusher. Let's see. I think this is one we've just done. There's the 5-4. Here you go. I'll give you pocket queens, Crusher.
Okay.
So far, all the calls have been from the big blunt, from the button. That's nice. Good for them. What would you like to do, Crusher?
I would probably check here.
I like a check here. He checks back. Ooh,
That's a really good card for us.
that's a really good one.
I like betting like 4 or 5 here.
And this is a pure value bet now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you, this is the opposite of the other one. Now we believe that an 8 is going to call us because of the extra king. So we
Definitely.
love that. And a flush, and the heart draw will continue. So this is great. I went a little bigger.
Yeah.
He folded nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. He had absolutely nothing and nothing. What a terrible call. Jack 10 offsuit here. That is bad.
Do you
We've
think
seen
you
more
ever
calls
check
before.
him here, like trapping almost, and then just call any bets?
So say that again.
Like instead of betting the 5 on the king turn, do you ever check it to him, like inducing bluffs? But then,
That's a
like,
reasonable thing to do.
yeah,
That's reasonable. I think, I mean, obviously I thought the bet was right because I thought an 8 would call. And I thought everything else was folding.
Yeah.
Do we think that this guy is, so here's a personality question. Okay, which is, does the guy who calls, who doesn't 3-bet from the button and then doesn't bet at a check, does he start betting when you check to him twice? Is that what he needed to start bluffing? Or is this
I'm-
guy not gonna bluff? What's your thought?
he could put in a small bet here with like all his air, because like he's gonna have a lot of air when he just flats the button.
Yeah, he could. Now let's look at his stats. Do we think this guy's gonna do it?
Yep.
Aggression frequency of 0?
Doesn't that say 10?
No, that says 0.
Oh, I thought it said 10. I couldn't
That
read
says
it.
0.
Yeah.
But we
okay.
think he's not. So yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Let's take a look at what it is in the world of GTO. Okay, this is gonna be
No, you
reset.
probably can't count on him putting the bet in for you when he has 9s or 7s or.
Yeah. I
You
don't,
don't think he would value bet 9s here?
not this guy.
Or maybe not this guy. Okay.
That's what I'm looking. So some guys, yes, but some of those guys bet the flop when you check to them. Some of them. So that's just my. Yeah, so he calls the button. By the way, the button calls we've seen, except for the ace 8 suited, have all been very bad so far in just our little middle thing. All right. So this is going to be king 2 of spades, 8 of hearts. 8 of hearts comes on us. Here we are with queen, queen. Queen, queen does a fair amount of betting on this, more betting than checking. I thought it would be the opposite. We are linear here, you know, with queens betting more than jacks, betting more than 10s. Is that true? 43, 34, 30. Yes. 24. So we are linear here, not reverse linear. It starts going, and then eights jump up. Well, eights is a set. And then, yep, we are linear. And then here we go sort of reverse. Okay, enough of that. So we're going to check our queens this time. He's checks behind with his garbage, which is nothing. When the king of hearts shows up on the check line, yeah, there's a lot of checking in the queens now, more. When you take the check line, it continues and says, hey, I checked before, and tells the same story a lot. And then
Your queens get a lot stronger on this turn than they
They
are on the
do.
flop. Yeah.
they get stronger, but when you take the minority check line, you do a lot of checking. You continue your story. That's something that we've definitely seen with the solver.
Check if the queens check raise here, or if they just check call. Because I bet
Let's
you
find
they
out.
even check raise.
Let's find out. Check. His most common size is by far 1.6, little tiny little bet. He bets 1.6 and queens. Happy to do both.
Calling a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess you could do both with.
does both.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looking at the range, less, more calling, but it's in there.
Yeah.
Jacks don't like it. Tens don't like it. Nines hate it. So this is straight up value difference here. Okay. Any other questions on this one? All right. Andy,
Sir.
I give you king, queen in early fuck position.
Oh, fun. Oh, and a lot of hands here. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna open to 2.5.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Field caller. There's our first field
Oh,
caller.
wow, never saw that coming. I thought I was getting it through.
Right. Short stack.
Oh, fun.
Yep. Here we go.
Practicality. Well, what's his? I'm just checking here. But I'm checking range here.
Yep. Okay, good. Check range. He bets big.
He's kind of aggro, but we don't really have shit. I mean, 2 overs to second pair against a short stack. Probably just a
Exactly.
fold.
Yeah. And against the short stack and against the big size, we're just done. We're just
Yeah. If we were super deep, I might be able to find a continue, but
Yeah. Yeah. We are done. We are well and done. Okay. Here we go. Mike.
Nice. Raise it up.
Field call.
Okay,
Short
another
stack.
short stacker with a very big VPIP.
Yes.
Well, we like to probably c-bet and or check a lot, or I mean check a lot, but versus this type of villain, we can c-bet probably even more often. But in this particular board, in this particular villain, I think we can actually check
Okay.
for, and then call like pretty liberally later on, but
Check, check.
check.
Value.
Okay, yep. Now we can go for some value. They're just never going to slow play their 10x. They probably would have also bet their jack X. We are also now going to be beating some of their queen X that they will never fold. Let's go relatively big here, like B50 to B75.
Okay. So tell me about your sizing there, because you may be right, but I know that I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking he's so weak now that we have to go small to get called. So tell me what your B50 and B75 was thinking and why.
Well, because I think he's just going to fold just all of that other trash anyway to pretty much any size bet. So let's try to get their queen X, their jack X, and some weirdly stupid king high thing that they feel like they're going to call. Maybe even an ace high they're just going to hang on
Okay.
to. But all of that other stuff will just kind of probably go away to any size bet. I
Right.
mean, you could go small and maybe they are going to, not believe you for some reason with pocket sevens. I don't know, but I think they're just going to fold all that stuff. So I'm going larger
Okay. So
to
let's let
get
deuce,
value from
let,
their stronger hands that they have.
yeah, let's let deuces through sevens fold here and not try to get any money from them and try to get the maximum from a weirdly played jack and a worse queen, right?
Yep.
And any
And flush
king,
draws and
any nut.
kings and
Okay, sounds good. All right. That'd be a fine thing to do. We'll see what I did get value from and see whether you would have gotten it for your bigger bet. There we go.
uh this one's tricky. I don't know if we should be betting or if we should be checking.
Check raised.
I know.
Are you thinking like a little itty bitty tiny bet?
No, I'm thinking a pure check here. Describe the hand on this board.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking check is definitely right. I was just trying to think if there's anything we can do for value. Yeah, I don't think so. So, I mean, it just seems like a pure check.
Right. That's what we can do for value is check and then
Yeah.
decide whether to call this bet.
Yeah, and I would be calling.
Yeah. We were targeting his jack to call. This is the problem. We were charting his jack to call and we were charting his flush draws to call and we were we were targeting his worst queens to call. We don't think the worst queens bet here. So now we're left with his jacks and his flush draws. I mean, I'm not folding, but yuck. How about just a straight?
Yeah, I wasn't seeing that.
No. All right.
I don't know. What do you think about folding the river after he does it? They just wind up with so much crap that it's like they wind up with random stuff. Like they could have, I don't know, they could have 9-6.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, so I think we're losing most of the time, but that's fine. I'm allowed to lose most of the time. Am I losing am I losing so I'm losing more than 50% of the time. Am I losing more than Am I losing more than 70% of the time? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not.
And you're probably chopping too a lot too.
Right? Okay. In this particular configuration, we wanted to see how your big bet would do, and I dare say worse. But
Hmm,
not for
bad.
the reason we thought, because neither
My
of us.
bad. Actually, you have a like you can beat somebody. Yeah, I guess you're not chopping very often. You can beat a queen X.
I'm gonna be a queen. No, I meant against. I said we're going to look again. I said at the end we're going to look at his particular combo and see how the bigger bet would have done, and it would have just inflated the pot against his straight.
Mm-hmm. Well, when he calls the bigger bet, then I think you're done.
Yeah, there's that. There's that. He calls the bigger bet. Maybe you can fold the river. That's good. That is a real possibility, especially if the bigger bet makes him bet bigger on the river. But really, is he really going to go and lose his mind? How comfortable is he here? Because I mean, I don't know that I'm even betting a flush here in my position when it's the jack. Okay, there we go. After Mike, it is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
How's it going?
Here is your hand. What would you like to do with King Jack here?
You could mix open fold. I'd probably open.
Me too. Let's open it.
Hit six max.
did.
Yeah, I guess it's close enough.
Yeah.
Um,
Just to show it to you, this is what it looks like. You are low jack -1, king jack, nice beefy mix. Do
Yeah.
whatever you feel like. We felt like raising it. Okay. Get the call.
it's kind of tough. I mean, if it's like live, I mean, usually you should be checking here. Probably close. You could probably bet because you have the both backdoor suits blocked, and you have backdoors. Actually, I don't mind betting here, but it's probably still
Okay.
half check, half bet. I would.
Okay.
I check. I would check. I would check raise, to be honest.
When you yeah, good. When you check and he bets small, can you check raise this combo?
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
would check raise this.
But we're going to check that to make sure that that's true. I believe we can. And when I can check raise, we'll see. So this time we just bet right out. What is our reason? Because he has a V of 55.
Interesting. Okay.
If he's calling this much, he's just so filled with garbage
Yeah.
that
Is it calling station? Yeah. Or no, he's not.
no, he's just so filled with garbage. Now let's take those things. Yeah, I mean he's filled with garbage. Look, and
I mean, yeah.
that's what you do if you want to have a V of 55. If you want to be, by the way, this C here is calling raises, calling a pre-flop raise. If you're calling 46% of the free pre-flop raises, you've got a fucked up range.
Yeah, this is, I don't even know what you're hoping there. Like, I'm not even feeling good with most
Hoping to hit flop
main
two
hands.
pair and straights and surprise the guy and show him 8-6 and have him say, "I can't believe you played that," and then you
And
feel
then
small
get
because
counterfeited.
yeah, all those things. All right.
Yeah.
So we are, let's see if this is solvable in peak on if.
Yeah, I think I would one over, one under on the top card with the backdoor is pretty. I think that's
I think so too.
I mean, it's supposed they're supposed to have a tight range though, so maybe it's possible it's not a check raise, but
So here is our problem. Peak doesn't like the king jack in this situation, even though poker coaching did. This is
oh, for
surprising.
the open size.
Does not like it. Yeah, because it's opening for 3. So
Okay.
that's the difference. And by the way, on a 3 big blind open, we don't have a pre thing, so we don't know. Okay. So anyway, Peak doesn't like this. So I say that what we do is we either play the wrong king jack suited and play it that way, or we play it from the low jack. Your choice. Which do you want to do?
I would do low jack.
All right.
and
We're gonna do it low jack.
Have them
All right. Yeah, because
Well,
low jack
yeah.
mixes it, so that can't be that wrong. All right.
and
We're gonna
and
go to
have
the
them
6 max with a rake. 6 max with rake. Low jack raises. He is a field caller, which he doesn't
I
get
would
to be.
maybe
This is not against him. This is against a theoretical opponent because let's face it,
maybe a button call.
his range is so far out of whack.
This is weird.
Yeah, so
I guess
he's just full of shit. So we'll do this and
okay,
just
let's just that's fine.
just see what the world of out of position is. All right, we are queen of spades, 7 of hearts, 3 of clubs.
Should have been solving this. Well,
Clubs. Okay. Lots of checking.
wow.
Lots and lots of checking. We check. We
Usually,
want to see what could happen if he bets small. What could we do with king, queen? It does not like the raise very much.
king jack.
I'm sorry, king jack. It does like the raise. It is in there. Nice.
Oh wait, the 10 was queen
Queen 7-3. Sorry,
queen 7-3, yeah.
completely different.
Because this
Alright.
one is like a straight draw. This
My
would
suit
be
may
interesting.
wrong. But now, so on queen 7-3, we have more betting.
Okay. But
And
not the king jack.
yeah, and the king jack doesn't like to do it, and I did it anyway. And when we check it, and we get the most common bet, which is the small bet, the king jack
Wow.
does not like the check raise.
It's
It
like
just likes
raise
to
or
fold a
or
lot.
call.
We're
Oh,
doing
that's
a lot of
interesting.
folding.
I guess the range is just a lot stronger.
Yeah. Yeah, we were doing a lot
Maybe
of folding.
maybe King Jack's not even a good hand
Yeah.
to be
With the
oh, but if
backdoor flush, we basically never fold the backdoor flush. And we do a ton of folding here. Okay.
that's
So you and I
wild.
were very wrong.
Yeah. I mean, if you have the range at like much wider, it's probably okay.
Well, that's the adjustment. The adjustment was
Yeah.
this. And as you can see, I'm right about the adjustment.
Yeah.
And if you want to say, is the right adjustment a check raise here? I don't think so.
Yeah, GTO. Yeah, I realize that now. The only adjustments if they see bet a lot, then you can check raise
Yeah.
like anything really if they're c betting more than like
Yeah.
90.
Yes. Yes. If they're c betting 100% in this situation and they have this range and they have a range that includes this.
That's all the time.
Okay. There we go. All right.
Surprise
After Daniel, it is back on me. All right. We have a poster, so that's just going to make the sizes bigger. That's all. So ace king raises and the poster calls, and we can still play it. We're going to give this guy in real life. This is the first hand we would have played against with the table. We would give him a wider range than this calling range because people like to defend their posts. So we're going to disrespect this range. We are going to disrespect this buy-in size, and we're going to disrespect the fact that he posted. And now I'm quoting from a new Hungry Horse video, which is, what do we mean when we say we're going to disrespect someone?
Love that new video.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like the
Don't
newest one he
you
just
don't believe
posted is
them?
It's a
probably
new
one of
one.
my
It's a
favorite.
relatively new one. It's a relatively new one.
Are you
It's one
asking the
about-
question, what do we mean when we say we're disrespecting this player?
Yeah. Because there are
That
a lot of cues that
we're assuming he's a bad player. Is that
we're
what that's?
assuming he's a bad player. And so what should that change in our play and behavior and thought process and everything? Just what do we, when we use the shorthand, we're disrespecting him. What do we mean and what do we think about it and how do we adjust? My wife said, stand up and rub your balls on his head.
If you're in position,
That
call
would be
everything.
disrespectful.
Yes,
I don't know. It's 2025. Some people might be into that kind of
it might
stuff.
be.
Wait,
The
what
most-
I mean, I think ultimately, I think what it means is that it's a very wide range,
you can call it everything.
and we have to disrespect it in the sense that it's wide, so we can see that both.
Right. So one of the things that he points out, and I think this is just really good, is that the shorthand that we sometimes use here, he's a bad player, we're disrespecting his play, he's a fish, he's a dummy, all those kinds of words that we use. To make us better people, we should remember that that's not what that's not true. It doesn't mean he's dumb. It doesn't mean anything. It means that he is either inexperienced or unstudied in the game of poker. He may be experienced and studied in the game of life. Or he has a different reason for being at the table than us. He wants variance. He wants something that is not why we are there. So that's just to make us better people, is to remember he's not stupid. He is unstudied in the game of poker.
Can someone who knows which video this is, by the way, put a link in
Yeah,
the
it's the video
chat?
on Tells. It's the video on 40.
Oh, it's the Tells
40
video. All right,
Tells video.
I saw that. I haven't seen it.
Right.
Haven't watched it.
So that's the first thing. But the second thing he says, and this is, I think, is a shorthand that's so great. What it means is we don't have to be balanced, and we can play our hand and not our range. We can play our hand against his range. Because we can do exactly what our hand wants to do most, because he cannot figure out from our play what our hand is.
Okay.
So that is your first generalization of, you no longer have to be balanced and you no longer have to play your range. So if you think this guy, then there are individual mistakes he makes. If you think that this guy calls, value bets too wide, you can now value bet him huge. If you think that he's not too sticky and he folds too much, you can make your bluffs huge and your value bets small. But you don't have to worry about the thing of going, well, he'll be able to figure out that when I bet big, I mean I'm bluffing, or when I bet big, I have value. He's like, no, he won't. He's not thinking about your hand or your range. Okay, so we go ace king. We get this flop. Oh, it's me. Sorry, we get this flop. So this flop should miss both of us. My hand is perfectly happy betting here. My hand is perfectly happy checking here. I can check call easy. I have no indication that he's going to be aggressive. So I just bet it. So I go for the check. He checks behind. Okay, now. So now I have the best hand now. I can bet for value. I do. He calls the 10. I don't necessarily have the best hand now. I have an ace of spades blocker. I can check and call. But I go for this. Where's that coming from? Is that necessary? That's not necessary. So note the call with no pair, no draw, 2 overcards to the 5, one of which was good. Yeah. But boy, a check call here would be so much better. All right. Boomy. All right. Daniel.
Yeah. Okay.
We're opening this. Field call.
Did you call me? Is this me? Okay.
Call.
Okay. This looks good. Villain is. It's only 4 hands, so I can't
Right.
really.
Could it be the same guy? No, we're going backwards. It can't be the same guy. Different guy. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Just to remind you, different guy, same position.
Okay. I mean, if you think they're calling a lot, but do you have back doors your 10, 10 jack, queen? You could. I don't mind check calling here, like 1 street, or you could. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just
So this
check.
board, do you think this
Or-
is, do you think that that out of position, this board is checked a lot? Do you think this is one of the more checked boards or one of the less checked boards?
Actually, if it's GTO ranges, someone says check, but like for us, I
Yeah,
think I was gonna say
in
it's
GTO world, do we think that this board is a high, is a most, is one of the higher checked
guess.
boards or one of the lower checked boards?
Yeah, I guess it would be check more. Even
I
though
think so.
we have over pairs, see they still have so many pairs, top
Yeah,
pairs.
yeah, I agree. I think that this board compared to like a king 10-10 board, a king jack, king
Yeah.
jack 4 board, this is one of the
Minus,
boards we
yeah.
check a lot. So let's
So we have
simplify that and take that.
we don't have any.
He checks behind. Yay, we like that.
Them checking behind is I would still, I mean, at this point, I would still probably check here with
Yeah.
With this line.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't mind. Yeah, that's fine. Checking.
Okay, we check. He checks
Just
again.
wondering,
Great.
I might have ace high, which is annoying.
Mm.
But I mean, you could bluff with a king to get rid of ace high, but I would just or bluff with your king. You're not blocker, but I feel like you would have. You could have probably bet that on the turn, but maybe not.
Yep.
No, I think it's strong enough, king. I think they have an ace though. But
Yeah.
I think they're checking behind it that many times.
Yeah,
Ace
we have
high.
yeah, we only have showdown against hands that bet already. But yeah, so I go for the bluff. He raises. I'm gonna fold, of course. He has a
10
bluff
jack.
and counter bluffed.
Yeah, I'm surprised
And
they
it's
didn't
gonna work.
win.
All right. There's your
I'm
bluff.
surprised.
There is your uncharacteristic bluff raise river without a diamond that we think is not there very often. Mike says we're gonna 3-bet this bluff, so we're gonna look at that and see if it's there.
His hand's the worst
yeah.
hand.
The one thing about, when we say that they rarely bluff raise the river, if they're gonna bluff raise the river, you'd think on a line of check, 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 where our river bet doesn't make much sense, is a good place for them to find the bluff. You know, that they have to be thinking a
That's-
little bit, but it's not that hard to think about that. All right, let's take it out.
That's true though.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I think
We're gonna call this hijack button.
his hand should have bet the flop, but it should have checked the rest of the. If I were to guess,
Very possibly.
bet flop, and then just because of the how the solver does the suits.
Yeah. All right. 9 of clubs, 7 of diamonds, 5 of hearts. And this was our first thing. This is a check range board, my friend. Look at that. Look at all the checking.
Wow.
Right. So since this is a check raise board, all we have to look at is king jack within range? It is, therefore we check it. All right, here we go. He is betting a ton on this check raise range board, a ton. And his jack 10 loves to bet. Now his jack 10 is suited. He's got the right one. His jack 10 of spades loves to bet here, but he checks. Doesn't break the solver. He checks. We pick up, I believe it is the 3 of diamonds. No, it's the 2 of diamonds. 2 of diamonds on a check, check. And now we are done with this check, check nonsense. Now we get out there and do some betting. All right. King jack.
Wow. Okay.
All it wants, what is it that it doesn't want to have that's making it do it?
Just wants the diamond.
It wants a diamond. If you have a diamond, go
Doesn't
for
want
it.
a spade.
I have a diamond. I should have gone for it on the turn when it was believable.
That's true.
All right. Now, the size I should have gone for on the turn with my king jack with a king of diamonds, for God's sakes.
It just doesn't want a spade, right?
2.9.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
No, it really wants a diamond. It's not that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Look at it. It really wants a diamond.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. Yeah.
This is diamond land. Okay. All these sizes. Don't go small. All these sizes it likes. He would call all of them, but probably not raise the river. Now, with the diamond, I can still check, and I did. When I check now, his jack 10, he should be bluffing off most of his jack 10, but he still has a little bit left. River is the 3 of diamonds. The solver has to think forever going, how did you get here with this line? I told you to bet. I told you to bet. Why do you not listen?
The solver just called you a fish, Scotty.
Solver called me a fish. And the solver is luckily betting all of these.
That's great. That's
Okay, so that's good. The 3.9 is not wrong, but the right size is 6.5.
I play bad.
Let's to
I'll play
quote
better.
Josh Gad from Book of Mormon, let's man up. We got to man up. And bet 6.5.
Was his line? I'm gonna guess is. Oh wait, we haven't finished.
We go 3.8 into 6, and he wants us to go 6.5. He wants us to overbet this pot a little bit. Or bet the pot. Bet the pot is what he wants. All right. So when we fish out here, which is not a non thing, it exists. So again, not solver breaking.
6.5 or oh, you did
6.5
the
is what we
lower.
should do. But what we did was we did much more like 3.9.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, it's pretty close.
So when we go down this minority line, let's watch him find
The
this.
jack 10 spade. I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's not going
I
to be
don't
any
know.
racing jack.
I don't
10
know.
spades.
I don't know jack 10 spades. Well, it was check all the way down, so
It was.
it could maybe.
We gave it to him. All right. Brian, while we wait
Real
for the
quick
system to think,
on that hand,
while we're still
Yeah.
thinking.
on
Yes.
that play. So when you check the flop there, I was kind of wondering, like, if he does bet out like he's supposed to, does it like to check raise on that flop since you still have
Ooh.
all of the over pairs?
Good question. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that as soon as we get an answer here. As soon as
Okay.
I'm thinking, we'll get an answer.
Oh, Scott
Yeah.
missed a check raise.
I'm gonna stick to
No, he
I'm gonna
didn't
stick-
bet.
He didn't bet, yeah.
I'm gonna
What I
stick
did,
to
what I
his-
missed was I missed a turn bet. That's what I missed.
Oh, big
I missed-
time.
I missed the turn bet big time and I missed the sizing on the river bluff.
I'm
All right,
gonna guess the bet flop check turn check river for him as
here we
the
go.
bluff, but
Here we go. So, we do get here. We are on the river. We have bet and it's on him. And he is here with Jack 10.
this
Hey,
point's 4-6.
it is it is not a thing. His bluff raise here, but good on him.
Once every 2,000 times, maybe,
Yeah, once every 2,000 times he finds it. Now, you wanted to see
or
when we
200.
check and he bets this one, what can we do with our king jack? We can do a lot of folding. And, you know, does not love a check raise. And the hands that check raise are not my combo. My combo is diamond heart. No, diamond heart has a little bit of it, but not much.
What about on the flop?
Doesn't it? This is the flop.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it doesn't love it. Okay.
Doesn't love it. Doesn't hate it. It's kind of given up to that. And if he goes big, I think if it goes big, we're just done.
Because I just felt like in my game, there's a lot of folding that I'll do on boards
Yeah.
that just really don't suit me. When I
Yeah.
feel like I could probably put in more check races, but maybe I haven't been over folding. Maybe I'm actually doing the right thing.
So against the bigger size, we got none. Just, you know, it's only against the smaller size that we have to be cute and continue. But if you had chosen the check line in every combo here and had just done this and folded, and not folded any of these suit of your backdoors, yeah, you'll be a little bit off. You'll be you'll be a little weak, but not that weak. You know, let's find the easier hand to continue with. How about continue all your ace jacks and fold all your king jacks? That's fun, right?
It's really meant to be bluffed if you hit the flush with your. That's
Yeah.
what it looks like. The hands. It's like
Tell me what you
if,
mean.
like for the ace jack off and then the king jack. It's like if you hit the back door, you could bluff the nut flush blocker. It looks like
Yes.
is the
Yes,
whole point.
good. Absolutely, you could do that.
Yeah.
Maybe ace of heart.
I mean, that's the only reason I really do. I guess it also blocks them from having flush draws to continue with.
Yeah.
So,
But he likes ace jack enough that you notice ace jack of spades is not pure folding. It's you know, the ones with backdoors are much more valuable, but it's still playing it. Doesn't fold all of them. But if you took all your king, so why is king jack better than ace jack? It's because when you get a 10, you now have 7, 8, 9, 10 jack and 9, 10 jack, queen, king. And here you only have 7, 8, 9, 10 jack when you pick up the 10. So this can pick up some better straights, but this is an ace.
you said king jack's better, or sorry?
No, what is better about king jack? What's better about ace jack? It's an ace. Ace is better than king, right? Boom.
Okay.
What is better about king jack? King jack has more turns that it likes better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you get a 10, you now have a double gutter, whereas here you just have a gut shot on a 10. When you get an 8,
Sure.
7, 8, 9, 10, you just have a gutter. You just have a gutter, and here you just have a gutter. So when you get a 10, king jack is better. But the fact is the ace is better than the king, so you can play it. So if you wanted to simplify this, because we were saying it, since the ace jack calls more often than the king jack, just plays it. Take all your king jack and shove it into ace jack. Call all the ace jack. Fold all the king jack. That's simple. That's going to be fine.
Okay.
That's that, you know. All right.
And then, okay.
Okay. The next hand is. All right. This hand is Brian.
Open 2.5.
All right, let's do that.
Check.
Yep. He bets big.
I mean, this is kind of similar. I feel like you can fold here a lot.
Yeah. Gotta fold. To the big size, just pure fold. And there he is with a worse hand and a real draw. Mhm. Larry.
All right. Let's play the queen nine suited. This is a very interesting flop. I think we can check.
Okay. So, one little thought here. If for some reason, whatever the line you take is, gets you all in on the flop, how unhappy are you?
I think we have, if I recall, we probably are flipping against, or slightly ahead against an ace X, so that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just
I think we're slightly
your mood
flipping.
when you see this hand. Okay. Queen nine of diamonds against a range that has ace deuce plus. That's his range. All aces. Give him all aces.
All right.
Okay. And the board is ace deuce queen, diamond, diamond, spade.
It's like a 52.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So we predict that the answer is going to be 5 plus 9, 14. Yeah, we're thinking it'd be 50%.
Yeah.
47. Yeah. So
Then-
you're just not that unhappy, especially if you're the one who puts in the last bet, especially if you're the one who jams.
Yeah, I'm gonna check with an intention to check raise here, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
But against a short stack, it gets different. Depends on his size. Let's see what, I
Right.
would check and see what he does.
Right. One of the things to always remember on board on this type of board where you have a pair and a flush draw in this configuration, so it's not a pair and a flush draw on a, on a monotone board. No one can have a better flush draw, and no one with a flush draw can have a better pair than you, or no one with a flush draw can have a pair, and no one with a pair can have a flush draw.
That's a very interesting way to think about it.
Yeah.
And,
It's obvious.
Yeah,
but in
that's
that way.
that
If he
makes
has
sense.
if you have this and he has a flush draw, he does not have a pair, even if he has a better flush draw.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. There we
All
go.
right. So let's,
Oh.
yeah, let's see what he does.
I was going for check raise.
Yeah, I would check raise. Checks
Right.
back.
He checks back, so we have the best hand now. And the only card we don't want to see is an offsuit king. That's the only card we don't want to see. All right.
Okay.
Let me go.
So now our SPR is 10. He's capped, however.
Yes.
I would go between B75 and pot. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's capped. He's gonna fold a shit ton.
Yeah. So we can look at it the way Mike said. He's going to fold a shit ton, but let's not target the shit ton that he folds. Let's target the small times that he raises, that he has something, and get value from it.
Well, if we're gonna do that, then we can use a B33.
No, I'm saying no. Mike's version is we know he's going to fold a ton, So B33 to try to keep in what? King 10?
Mostly under pair.
Yeah, under pairs. So it's like bet big, but
Like
bet big and
fives
target.
through fours through tens.
Yeah, yeah. So Mike, you would bet big here, right? On the idea.
No, this one I think I'd like a smaller
You
bet
would go
here.
small and say that, okay. Hey, he called. This is great.
All right, he calls.
Mhm.
So what is his range now? Well, he's got some shitty flush draws and some non-believing pairs.
He can have a queen.
He
He
might
got
have
a
a
worse
queen.
queen and a better queen. We block it, but there exist other queens in the deck. if he
Yeah,
played
I
this way.
mean, of course.
Yeah.
Well, there's one that exists in his hand,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, all right, so he bets, he calls a big bet, filtering his range.
So we think here that the main part of his range is weak aces, flush draws,
Yeah, he's got some kind of equity.
and some pairs that are only going to call one bet. They're going to fold the turn.
Maybe some like gutters,
Yeah.
diamond blocker.
Okay.
That's not the greatest card, but we've got tick value.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should bet 10
We
to
now chop
15.
with king, queen, jack, and queen 10. So that's nice.
Yeah, it's true. I would bet pot or over pot. I would go like 15 to 20.
All right.
It's fun.
Go. We get called by a bad ace, hopefully. Bad
Yeah,
ace.
bad ace.
Yep.
This is why you don't play ace
Yeah.
succeeded boys.
Had no business being in that pot.
Had no business being in that pot. He lost 21 big blinds for that.
Did he three bet? Or I'm guessing not.
Nope. He called the ace 6 off, not under, just not playing well. Most of what we've seen from our opponents who have calling here has not been good. Has not
No.
been good ranges so far.
So the first thing to think about here, guys, is that maybe a hidden value of checking out of position against humans and seeing a check is that when you do have thick value, like what we end up with here, they're non-believers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously we were very behind
true.
on so our equity was 47.52 on flop out of curiosity.
Worse because no, our equity is better because some of his hands had a single diamond in them and blocked us of his range, and he doesn't.
Well, if you
Oh no, he does.
if
Ace
you
spade
show his combo,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's what
Mike,
we
this
do.
slide is fun.
We should
Yeah,
have like
he did have a block.
40%, right?
Yeah, same thing.
47%.
Yeah, he's up. He's up. He's the fave. He's the fave. And
I mean,
he's
yeah, if
now
it goes
gone.
all in, you have to call at this point, though. Either way.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting pot outs to call.
You mean
from
if he
with a
jams?
check.
You mean if he jams on the turn here? Here?
60, maybe. Yeah,
If he jams on the turn, it's a no-brainer.
I think it's a
If he
call.
jams on the
right?
flop, you still
Because there's
call
still
because
11
you're
bigs
getting
in the
odds.
middle.
Yeah.
So 55 to make.
But also, he's probably not going to go. It's probably not going to go check jam. It's probably going to go check bet if we raise, and let's check to see if we raise this, and then he jams. By then, there's a chunk in the
Yeah.
middle. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's play it out. Let's play the line out that way.
Because if you had 47%, that means you only need like
So this is
on
I
the
think-
turn, no, but on the flop, yeah.
You
first
raise.
thing to think about. Let's look at what his flatting range is here, right? It should be
Okay.
about 4% of hands.
Yeah, there's the ace 6 offsuit. Okay, so that makes sense.
7% of hands. So he's supposed to. I mean, the flatting range in peak is a lot wider than the flatting range in GTO Wizard. I mean, this is like 4% of hands in GTO Wizard, 3% of hands. But we have to take these solves with a grain of salt because
Mhm.
we see that our human competitors have a much wider range.
They have a range closer to this than this.
They do. They do have a range closer to that.
They do.
I mean, yeah, they might as well have 3-bet that hand. It would have been better played, I think.
Oh, the ace-6, they should just fold it. They should just fold it.
They should just fold it, yeah.
If they were
But like,
forced to play it, if
but
someone says
if they're
you
forced to
must
play it,
they should, yeah, it's a
I
better
think-
raise than a call, but it's just a fold. It's just a fold. It's just a fold. All right. Ace, deuce of diamonds, queen of spades.
because I just in my head, if you're like itching to play, you might as well play it,
Right.
less
Here we
worse, I
are with
guess.
our queen nine suited of diamonds. So, this board, let's start with this. The board has, some betting volume, but still majority check from out of position. Ace, queen, still majority check from out of position. Cutoff versus button. All right. So we take our queen nine suited of diamonds and we do the majority action of checking it. He bets his ace whatever. And we come in with queen nine of diamonds and we go, yeah, you can raise it if you want. Sure, you don't have to. Mostly calls. Mostly calls. And it's not the kicker that does it. Notice, happy doing it here too. Just
What's the
Just-
combo draw doing? Jack 10 suited. And like
fuck you with a
checkers.
combo draw. That's what it's doing. It is,
I think it's saying fuck your mother.
yes, it's saying fuck your mother, which by the way, so is the king 10 and the king jack. All of these would like to fuck your mother.
Evidently, they never met my mom.
No, they haven't. And the jack 10 of spades also is happy to do it with the back door. The jack 10 of spades wants to fuck your mother in the ass. Let's move on. Let's move on from this conversation. But just as long as we're in the back, as long as we're in back doors. There we go. Jack 10, which is a gut shot, same as king 10 is a gut shot, same as king jack. These are all gut shots, but the jack 10, it plays it more aggressively. I'm going to guess because the king 10 has more showdown.
Yeah.
Notice the similarity between jack 10, king 10, and king jack. Real similar, in which they want to bet, but the betting volume on the king one is much lower in all the nodes, in all the combos. So there you go. All right. So there's our button, and then against the big bet, I think all the check raising goes away, but we still call all of. We call this combo never folds to anything, obviously. But I think all the combo draws continue to call. But the cuteness goes away. So now let's go to these. The diamonds just never fold. We never fold. We're never folding a pair and a draw here. And it doesn't matter what your kicker is. We're just never folding this. Now to check raise, you must have the diamonds, the spades, the back doors don't do it anymore. If you need a mnemonic for that, you can all figure out the mnemonic yourself. The king jack does, surprisingly. That surprises me. And the jack 10 still is happy. Okay. Anything else on this hand?
Does it?
What are your turn sizing?
That's a good question.
Turn sizing when
Check, check.
when it goes check, check. All right, check, check. Oh, right, that's what we discussed. So this is on the turn. It goes check, check. We get the queen of clubs. Good point.
Donk.
Let's be betting. Let's
Or
be betting.
lead.
Queen nine. All sizes are good. Loves the small size, but if you look at the two big sizes together, it's more than the small size. It's basically the same. So you can't say that it prefers the 1.6 to a bigger size. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So combine the two big sizes. If all you were thinking about was 2/3 and 75% equal split, both the arguments are valid. Same thing across queen 10, just all your queens. Your kicker matters for your betting volume. I have to move you guys out of the way to see this. Hold on. Queen six of hearts wants to bet more because it doesn't want to see a diamond. Here we go. When we get to the bigger sizes, it wants the diamond more. Here we go. All right. Nope, I see no important pattern here between. I'm looking in the heart, and I'm looking at hearts relative to diamonds, and it moves, and it moves in a way that I'm not going to understand. But
It
what
looks-
is true on the diamonds is
Hmm. When you don't have the queen X of diamonds, when you have like queen X of hearts, spades, or
well, you can't have spades. Or
clubs, well, yes, not
can't have
spades
spades
or clubs, I guess either. So
Yes,
it's just
exactly.
hearts.
Yeah.
Then when you pair that kicker, it also will bring in a flush, and you cooler a flush with your full house.
That's nice.
Oh, like why you size?
But
Okay.
the first thing is looking on the land of diamonds. It's totally kicker driven whether you bet it or not. So you have diamonds, so you have a backup, so that's great. You can be screwed, but you're playing against someone else who might have a queen when they continue on your, especially at your big size. So look at how often. Just look at the queen of diamonds, the checking 3%, 34%. Queen 10. Why is queen 10? Queen 10 is the freak, goes to 25%, 26%, 39%, 43%. So it goes up and up and up here. More checking as it gets worse. With this one weirdness here. That the queen jack has more checking than queen 10, but after that, it just goes up. And then queen 6 does a jump.
Hmm.
Queen 6 freaks. Don't know why. Obviously because our opponent has exactly ace 6. That must be what it was. All right. I don't know the answer. That was Larry, I believe, right?
It was.
All right, Andy, are you back? If Andy is back, this is Andy. If Andy is not back, this is Mike.
No, this is me. Sorry,
All right, Andy.
I've been back. I just forgot to
All right.
unmute.
No problem. You got pocket queens, Andy. Congratulations.
Yes.
You play so
I've
good.
been hard dead. I haven't seen a Broadway pair in forever. All in.
All right.
Just shined my helmet too, so that it's definitely a jam.
All right, there we go. All right, you got called. Come on over cards. Or that. That's good.
Yeah, so that doesn't suck.
That does not suck.
I'm going like here in this spot. I have a little bit on villain. He doesn't fold the C bets. I'm going big, like B66
Okay.
is I would something would be looking at. His fold to C bet is so low that generally when I see that, I like to end his aggression factor. So if he has something decent, he's going to raise even a big bet. So I would elect to go B66. I don't know what the solver would do though.
Okay. I probably looked at this and in very, very shorthand went with my sets. I will put the top set in the checking range and put the bottom two sets in the betting range to unblock the top pair. I probably just did that without thinking, without thinking any further. So I'm going to guess that I'm going to check this one. The fact that the board has locked up equity with a 10 jack means nothing to me. All right, we got it. We have a note here. Let me see what this is. Versus this villain, I would oversee bet, says Mike. Queen 6 causes because it has more fold equity.
Sorry, that was for the previous hand.
Maybe fold equity. Yeah, they're the same amount. Okay, here we go. All right. So I did it and I bet small. I'm wrong. That's not how I played it. Call, great.
I think he's not folding to any size. With such a low fold to C bet, he's super inelastic. If he's calling, he's calling.
Good point.
Again, I'm playing super exploitatively. Like, just for note, Solver says bet 4.3, B 4 point, so the B60,
Yeah.
B66 at 2.67%, B25 at 43%, and check at 54.
Gotcha. On the queens. And we think that we're going to see more betting on the 9s and the 8s when we look at it. Okay. 5.
Actually,
Perhaps
the 8s
bet-
and the 9s both are about the same. They both check about 50% of the time, about half the time, and bet
Okay.
small about half the time.
Okay. And we're going to assume they're
Um,
all major check raises. All right. So we'll look at that, and we'll also see on the check raise side, if the 8s and 9s are like pure check raises and the queens is mostly a check raise, but it's got some
Maybe
some
I
massive.
would think
Yes.
maybe 10 check.
So
10
here,
10x.
again, I mean, if he's a station, I can't see what his fold to turn C bet is, but I'm guessing it would be go to turn.
I'm going to.
Turn fold to C bet. Oh, we haven't
Never
seen,
happened. It never comes up.
but he has folded to all turn, but I mean 2 of 2.
Yeah.
So with his aggression frequency, this is a spot I may just check to try and induce him to, because he is fairly aggressive. He might be one of those players that, hey, I'm going to float a lot of turns
Mm-hmm.
and that are a lot of flops and see what happens in position. So I think here I might elect for a big check raise and go if he bets, go with the big boy size.
Right. Okay. It's not important, but 6-7 just came in.
It's
That's important.
It's important, but I mean it's also monsters in the closet.
Well, we're not afraid of it. We're just, of those, like in the same way as we were going to lose a lot of money to 10 jack in our attempt to get a lot of money in and against 9-8 and against 9-9 and 8-8. We're not going to try to determine the difference between 10 jack and 9-9 by his play. We're going broke to one and he's going broke to the other.
More straights.
Right. So I size up to an overbet. He calls.
I like it.
I'm happy against any card that isn't a 10, a jack, or a club. I don't want to see a 7 or a 6, but I hate those less. But I hate a 10, a jack, and a club. I love it.
I love it a lot. Wow. This is still in this line. I mean, I chose a B150. It's still on this river. Solver still has us checking half the time. Obviously, this guy's kind of a station, so we are not doing that.
Right.
Do we go for another chunky big boy overbet, or would this be a little? Yeah, Daniel, I kind of. There wasn't really any draws other than what completed, so yeah. Let's
You're blocking the draws.
let's bet big,
All right.
like a one B150.
I love the emotion of the full-on 4x pot jam. 3x pot jam. I love that. I love it. I think I'm going to go 150 in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go.
Oh, a little bit 125-ish.
I go 125. All right.
And he folds.
So let's see the two things. Let's see.
I mean,
on.
It's like
Draw.
I really
money to get.
Yeah. I'm just like it. I feel like it was gonna fold. Like, what is he? Could he have like a 9?
yeah,
like, yeah. I just have no clue.
So the only way to get money on this river is to bet one big blind or to check and hope he bluffs. But we don't know that. We don't know his combo.
Yeah.
This combo from this guy, I think you're right, is going to call the 4, which will bring the pot up to 14. And so at 14, when he gets here, we can bet.
Still go 1.5. We go to 21, and that gives us
21, and he calls.
21 and 21 is 42 plus the 14 is 50. So then all of a sudden we do have, B150 is a jam.
Yeah, I like that. All right.
We were very right about him being inelastic.
Yes. Yes, and his particular, and his combo also. Him as a person and his combo, we think. All right, so this is cutoff button again. And the flop is Queen of Hearts, 9 of clubs, 8 of diamonds.
So we want to look at the check line.
We want to look at two of the things. We want to see where, when we get our check raises in like that. So we start with this, as we
Maybe
saw,
10x jack
Uh,
X.
it's a 63% check board. And there are hands here that do not bet ever. They exist. Every hand that bets also checks, but not every hand that checks also bets. Okay.
Scotty, is this, remind me, is Pete rake or not rake?
This is rake.
Raked.
This is the rake version.
6 max is raked. 8 max is not raked.
Yeah.
On peak.
So we come here, we have no big bets on this board. So we do the exploitive betting big against this player because we thought that he was in that as a person he was inelastic. So we like that. I like that adjustment. But we're not going to be able to go down the line of against a big bet, but we can go down when we choose to check these. And he bets against his standard small bet. We come back around. Nines are going, let's call this 66% of the time. Eights are fucking never doing it. That's crazy. That's weird. And queens are
Weird.
nines are more than queens, but not much. But visually, they're a little more, nines are
Maybe
more than queens.
Sure, if
you don't-
eights
don't
are
have
just
queen nine.
thinking with eights, it's trapping more because you can be against more, queen 10, queen jack, queen 9. I mean,
Can you
hands
have-
that you have just absolutely smashed.
Does button have queen nine? Maybe they don't have queen nine. That's why it doesn't like.
Button does not have queen nine, any queen nine.
Yes,
He never
it's
has
just
any
it's
queen
just
9.
it's just more likely he has like.
Our opponents
yeah.
have queen nine, but his don't. So he's not optimizing for our opponents. Okay.
Does have a lot of queen jack, queen 10 that is betting a lot there.
Because I think the reasons eights the hands eights are trying to get value from is not, it's less because there's no queen nine. I think is why it's doing that.
Yeah, but there's also no queen eight. So is it really nines, or are eights really afraid that you're up against pocket nines? Or we'll see what it
No,
does.
it's not afraid. Like it's just like your best hands are just trying to maximize value against their best. No, they're nuts. Yeah.
So here we go. There's your check raise
I
line.
think it's more because a lot of the combos that they're betting, pocket eights have smashed and they don't block any of them.
Whereas nines. Oh, look at this
Yeah.
look at the cuteness against the big size.
Oh, I see what you
Against the
mean.
big size, queens go, oh really? You're that strong? Ooh, I'm scared. Eights go, I might actually be scared. And nines go, oh, go fuck yourself. You have a queen.
I see
All
what
right,
you mean.
now, if we
And
say
then
that,
you're screaming FAFO as they put the money in.
right. So we're going to take this line and we're going to see what we're going to go with a call line because we're going to play it through with pocket eights and see if the pocket eights sort of wake up on the turn or if there's if there's actually any fear in the eights. So the turn is, we'll play it as our turn, which is the 5 of clubs. Okay. Now, when we take the check line, when we take the check call line, we continue our story across all of these. And this is something we've seen a lot, and I think is a nice simplification that maybe we will learn. Wizard is check range on, which street is wizard check range on?
Flop.
This is so this here, this is a check range for the wizard?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. When we check and he bets, let's open up the wizard's node on the cutoff, and we'll look at that after I look at this and see if everything we're learning is so specific to this solver that we can play any way we want. All right. But currently, I'm saying that the thing to learn from this is that continue your story is a very good heuristic from the solver and probably true. All right. Now, he comes out here, and when we do this, He is doing a lot of betting, and his size is 59% pot. That's where all the betting is, right? So he does a 5.8. And now, when we have nines, they wake up and the few nines left go, come on. Queens are still splitting, and eights are still slow.
If button goes
weird.
2.4, eights does start to wake up.
Eight wakes up, but again, less than queens and jack, queens and nines.
Yes, still, and I think I don't know that eights are scared of the monsters under the bed. I think eights are just, they know that they're pretty strong, and they unblock a lot of the stuff that he would be betting.
We're going to find out on the river when
Yeah.
if there's any opportunity for them to raise, do they? Okay, so the 5.8 may be so big that he's just going to be all in or fold here, but we'll see. But we call,
Yeah.
and
Let's
do the same river. We check range.
King.
Continue, when you have the story, continue the story. He has bets that are not all in, which are, his main bet is 32. So he takes the 32. If the eights are not afraid, they will jam. Right?
Eights are not afraid.
Nope. They were just saving it for the jam.
Well, this is a full house, right?
Yeah. They were just saving it for the jam.
Oh, were they just
Saying all you can eat, baby.
Yeah. They were just, that was the one that it chose to do its protecting with. And I would have done it with the queens because the eights unblocked the queen, let him keep betting his ace queen, but whatever. Let's
Is
give
it
it a
'cause,
different
like,
river real quick. That's just more,
maybe-
it's a blank, but that doesn't give us the
is
full
it possible
house.
like the draws, the equity's too dynamic? Like maybe it's still afraid of putting too much money when there's a straight and a
No,
flush
because
draw.
no,
That's
because
still
then why are nines so happy? It's something the way it's distributing the sets. And notice,
I
by the
see.
way, when we don't boat up,
Uh-huh.
eights, they're not afraid, but they are not loving it the way nines are,
Oh, from the start, nines are like
eights are protecting against a bigger set and the flop straights. Because nines lose to a flop straight and queens lose to a flop straight, right?
eight.
So
Yeah,
there's a
try
little bit of, if not fear, there's a little trepidation in eights I'm seeing.
yeah.
Now against the 2 point, wait, we don't need to go any farther. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We don't need to go farther.
Interestingly enough, yes, it is. Eights are being cautious versus the straight, because I even just changed it on my own to 9 of diamonds river.
Mhm.
And gave the button the B150, and again, eight's jamming in his face.
Yeah, they're just a little.
Yeah, that's weird.
So his most common size now is again 5.8. Oh no, so wait a minute. He takes the 2.4. We do the call. Oh yeah, sorry, that was the wrong street. That was the wrong street. On the turn, when he continues to bet and we take the call line with our eights, which we don't do very often. Yes, now the river comes and the river boats up. We continue the check. Now he's going to have different sizing here. He jams a lot when he plays. But he's still got some 150%. And our eights jam. Okay. Show me what you got, Mike.
Raise call, flop, check range.
All right. Let's check.
And yeah, when you originally had this is kind of, I'm thinking this would be a check range board. And then when you showed that it was like you were c-betting like nearly 50% across your range, I was a little surprised. So that's when I pulled this up. So yeah, they're quite different. And then I said I would actually over c-bet against this particular villain because he looked really loose and aggressive. So I would have like c-bet more often here.
Yeah.
Versus that villain that you had in that seat.
Yep.
But then so check here's their response to a check.
Mhm.
And then did you want to see what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just something? Okay. I just
Just
gave him the B50.
50 is great.
And then we don't raise all that much. Top set.
But again, the eights.
Yeah. What hands are? Yeah, you'd have to see the opponent's hands to see what you're like. Like, what's the 50? What's the buttons? What are they betting 30 or 50%? Like, the only thing I could think of is like you're blocking like all the flush draws, like ace eight, nine, 9-8. That could be the you
Yeah.
could be
Mike, click on the
getting value
50%.
from. I have no clue.
Thank you. Now you can see what he's betting. Super clear.
Oh,
They bet it. I bet that ace 10 includes the ace 10 of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
wow, that's yeah. Your pocket queens, your pocket nines. That's weird. Pocket nines does block 10. No, it doesn't. Doesn't
He
matter.
has 9-10 and 9 jack and queen 10 and queen jack. Right?
Yeah, they block way
But
more.
so for on his pair and draw side, but he does not have 10-8 or 10 jack. So the eights, so the queen and the 9 block him from having a pair plus draw. The eights unblock pair plus draw. Pair plus draw is always continuing. So that makes no sense. What I just said, I wanted him to have pair plus
But-
draw so I could. So I wanted that pair plus draw so he will call me. So that would be an argument for betting the eights more than the nines and the queens. And that's not what we do. So that's not the logic. And all that extra equity that pair plus draw has, go, oh, pair plus draw, lots of extra equity, goes away against a set. Because pair plus draw loses 5 outs against a set.
I mean, how much equity does? How much EV? How much EV do they each have? An equity. You just put it to all for that. 8, 815, 891, and then well, this is a button.
Yeah, you want to see ours?
Yeah. Yeah, we have way less.
It's equity. That's it. Look
It
at it.
was
Look at how
we
much
have
lower
way
it is.
less EV is the reason, I
Yep.
guess.
Yeah.
But our equity is probably pretty good. We just don't get as much value. So I'm
It's
guessing our
good, but look at how much lower it is. It is
yeah,
significantly lower because apparently you are up against 9-9.
yeah.
Enough.
And I'm guessing our equity is really good though, but our EV just sucks compared to the others. Yeah. I mean, 82. I mean, still, but we just don't like the times. I guess we get it in. We just are behind.
Okay. Although we're still getting it in.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because we can't tell the difference between.
except this solver.
Okay. All right. Back to. Cancel. Back to Zoom. Back to share. Back to Poker Tracker. Back to. Whose hand was this? I think this was Andy's. Was it?
Yes.
Okay. All right, in that case, did you say that was yours, Andy?
I think it's yes.
Okay, in that case, the next one is Mike. Pocket threes, ooh.
Ooh, I would fold.
Yeah, so would I.
What?
But it exists, right? It exists.
Sure.
It's
Yeah.
spade heart, so let's go. Oops. Well, okay.
I have a hand like this. You guys got
Uh-oh.
your choice.
Let's see. All right.
B 1500.
Look at all of your opponents behind you. I would absolutely not raise. You were saying-
Or because of 31, 44,
This is a bad table.
33. Yeah.
So all right.
3 bet of 22, 3 bet of 40. Yuck. 3 bet of 15. Oh my God. 3 bet of 24. What the hell?
This
So you have
I think we could go either way, and I think I would probably if I raised pocket threes here, I would c bet this board. I wouldn't go big, but
Another bad
You don't-
raise.
You don't like to
Worst
go for the
call.
check raise with this?
Just like to say, I would just like to say his mistake was bigger than mine.
You get more
look in
value.
the sim
in check
because there
raise.
is no.
There's no 3-3. Yes, there is.
If
I mean,
if-
there's no
if you have
calling range
sixes,
6 max in the cutoff.
No, there's no
If you-
calling range in the cutoff. We have to do it.
So
We
I
have
have to look at. I'm
if
looking
you have
at
pocket
8
fives,
max.
Yeah.
if you have pocket fives and it
Okay,
is
let's see it- let's
6,
see how many-
7, you would keep betting pocket fives.
Oh yeah.
On king like king 8, 7, king 8, 6.
No, I think I'm one and done here. I think once I get called, I'm done. Unless I hit a
Oh.
miracle. And my miracles, by the way, are 3s and 4s. 4s are a miracle.
Those aren't terrible
there's
either.
there's a lot of bad runouts too. So yeah.
Deuces is not terrible. Yeah, a deuce, maybe, yeah, maybe I'll continue on a deuce too. Just, yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea for bad play. Do you
It's
want
a
to
blue
show,
deuce?
You just said
want to show what
money.
you got? You want to show what you got there, Andy?
Sure.
Mhm.
I mean we're way off script here because even when I go 8 max,
Mhm.
there's still deuces or 3s don't exist in our range.
All right, we're done.
But
Yes.
given that with the cutoff call, given our flop, we are betting a lot of range. So I don't hate the bet.
Wow.
This elects for the B60, and he should be doing quite a bit of calling.
Right.
But again, we're way off script because this doesn't have he should never have the Jack 10 off in his cutoff calling range.
Right.
But he does. So we're just playing pure exploitatively here, right?
So sorry, I just want to know if you put the 5 in to a 7. Just change
Turn the
just
5 to
we,
a 7.
Yeah, just so we have a bottom pair.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna play a different game for you. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna give you an answer in a slightly more accurate way.
Oh,
Just
we
slight-
actually, with the 5 being a 7, we actually check a lot more.
So here we are
Okay.
in the hijack, legitimately opening pocket threes for 2.5.
Oh, we had to go to the Wiz.
I'm going to the wizard.
We're
Here-
off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of GTO.
Here we
That's
go,
just
button.
that's just white noise.
I got the button to
No,
call.
point,
Okay.
point.
I got to change this to.
general.
I
The
play
top.
those white noise
Keep going right there.
You'll
or
bet
solver noise.
general. There we go. And now the button has a call. Button's calling
The
range.
button. Oh, because cutoff has no calling range,
Right.
even
Yep,
here.
got it. Yep. And then and now I have the lovely King of Clubs, 6 of Spades, 5 of Hearts.
Yeah, that's like kind of scary actually.
Yeah.
But
All right. Let's bet range, shall we?
you bet range still. Wow.
And let's bet range just so you see it. Look at it. Look at the 3.25. Look at the 4.9. Am I looking at
If it
percentages here?
if it was
I
flush
am.
draw, is it still
No, we'll look at the specific combo in a second. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look at the sizes there.
I mean, to me that's the only way I could
I
think of
regret
playing
nothing.
this.
All right, 3-3.
Because why else would you play this hand, you know?
Right. My combo is heart spade. All right. 3-3 of heart spade. It's between 3.25 and 30 and 4.9. And I bet
Yeah, you went the V75 route.
yeah, I'm fine.
If the run out is good, you can keep barreling them too.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Now let's see what
Mhm.
we do on the next street. That's what we want to see.
It's a
When we get
queen.
called, is this
Queen.
farce over? And once again, I regret nothing.
Queen and jack, maybe. Good.
We're gonna call it we're closer to the 4.9 than 3.25, right? We're right behind.
Yep. Yep.
So let's go
I
big.
think
Yeah, use the
Queen's
bigger
right.
side.
Let's
I
get
think
called.
Queen's probably the best.
Okay. Now, report turns. Can we do it?
You won't be able to, I don't think.
Okay, I can't. Okay. So we'll make a report by just poking at it. Okay, here we go. Hijack. Okay, so we're on the turn. So let's give it a blank. Let's give it just something that we don't like. Let's just give it a 10 of spades. Yeah, I know. I know. I don't
Oh
need-
no, switch
Oh, I gotta go back to strategy. There we go. Thank
yeah.
you. Strategy. Okay. Here we go. Threes give up on that card.
With pocket twos though.
Right. Pocket twos don't give up. All right. The threes give up there on a turn of 4.
Oh, that's rough.
Let's do a 4 of diamonds.
Well, if you pocket threes with a 4, it's not too bad, actually.
Okay, I don't want to report. Oh, 4. Oh, sorry. Click the button. 4.
As long as you don't have to.
Threes. Continue. Threes continue on a 4. Great. And on a deuce.
A deuce, I think, is also pretty good.
Threes continue on a deuce.
I think ace is worse, probably, and then
Oh, ace is where I bet we're out of here on an ace.
ace is worse, and I think queen is probably better. Wow, we still bet.
An ace.
Just smaller.
Okay. But on a queen, jack, and a king.
Sorry, ace of clubs, or do ace of diamonds, ace of diamonds.
Ace of diamonds. Okay.
Just because they're gonna have the backdoor flush draws.
Okay. Ace of diamonds.
Wow. Okay, whatever.
I told you I had a good hand. Why do you not believe me? Okay, now on a king, we've got to give up, right? We got to give up on a king.
But that just makes our threes better.
Sorry, wrong button.
It's less likely to have the king now, you know?
Yeah, but now he doesn't fold anything.
This guy is it, I guess is this just like the bottom of your like range essentially? Is that why it's betting? Or is it just like the off chance you hit a 3 or a 2, you just win so much, I guess. Wow. Okay.
What the?
7.
It would
okay,
like to.
7 has to
it's
be
fine.
7 or sorry, not 7. 8 has to be like bad,
Jack.
right?
Jack is bad.
Okay, Jack is bad.
So
Okay.
ace, king, and queen, it continues the nonsense. Jack, it gives up.
8 just sorry.
10, it gives 10 is going to be a give up we've already seen. Right. 9 is going to be a give up.
No, 10 it continued.
Okay.
10 continued.
10 continued because of the because that could make sense because they're gonna have a lot of 8, 7.
Oh, 10. I mean, yes, there are some continues, but the majority is
because they'll have
Well,
8,
the other 10 you put in, maybe it was a 10 of spades or something. There was something weird about the suit then, because your 10 of spades, it was like still going crazy.
All
yeah,
right,
if it's a flush draw, it's gonna
didn't
be,
it? Maybe not.
You're just remembering it wrong.
Oh, I am remembering wrong. No, the big ones, yeah, they checked to the bigger
Ace,
card.
king, and queen, yeah.
But continued on the lower cards, yeah.
The 10.
I just gotta they have 8,
all these are
7s.
10, 9, 8,
8
all the way
8,
down
7,
to
7,
now. We didn't try 7. Seven gives us a shitty
It's
straight
a
draw.
gut shot.
A really
back
shitty
door.
straight draw.
Because I'm just trying to think of their range. Their range is going to be like 8, 7,
we give up.
7, 9, 8.
They continue in this area.
9, 7.
They continue in the area of 7, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
9, 10. Do they continue 9, 10, 8, 10?
Because
They
they're
might. But we can claim the ace, we can claim the king, we can claim the queen. That's
most overcooked.
And down here, some
Yes.
things happen. All right. Anything else you want to see on this one? Okay. In that case, you want to switch to someone else's database of these hands? Does anybody got more of this kind of hand to do?
Yeah, if you
I have a few.
I was
where
questioning
they-
the filter that you had, Scotty. I couldn't get it to
I'll find
have the collar be in position
Okay.
always.
Do you want me to walk you through the
Yeah,
filter?
yeah.
Okay. All right, let's open up yours. I will build your filter and then and that way you guys can finish off when I go away. Okay. So let me stop sharing. Open up yours.
Here, I can grab it. I don't have a few hands from recent. I mean, I probably have more hands in my database.
Yeah, but hold on. We're going to go
but-
to you in a second, Andy. Let me just build the filter with Mike and then go to you.
Okay.
Okay. And you have a different filter there. Okay. So Mike, let's go to Mike's database. Oh, are we on Mike? Good. There you are.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get my filter visible so I can walk you through it. Okay. Poker tracker filters. All right. Here we go. I am ready. Okay. So let's see how far you managed to cancel. Let me see how far you managed to.
Clean slate.
All right. More filters. There I am. Okay. So you've got, let me see your filters thing. So you've got, did you get the maximum raise 2 bets, player seeing the flop between 2 and 2?
No, gotta give it all to me.
Oh, do the whole thing. Okay. All right. Let's open up pre-flop. Raises.
Mom in the chat, which
Maximum-
kind of sucks that you can't just copy and paste right into.
Yeah, I don't think you can you?
You cannot. I've tried.
All right, here we go. So, so we're gonna go for raises, pre-flop. Pre-flop raises, maximum raise. So let's see, is it maximum raise any 2 bet? But we're gonna put in maximum raise 2 bet. So click on any 2 bet and we'll see if there's a place to put a maximum in there. No, where is maximum?
In hand details.
Okay,
The
hand
max when you
Maximum,
gotta go
okay.
to.
Okay, cancel this guy. I mean, yeah, kill that guy. Just go back. He doesn't go on until you do him. Go to hand details over there. And this is going to be maximum raise. Here we go. Maximum raise on 2 bet. Add to filter. That's our first thing.
Click. Oh well, yeah, you can do that.
Yep. Okay.
And you can go to. You still have to add more.
No, and also break this one apart because it's got 2 of them in there. So click it, ungroup, and now kill the raise any 2 bet. So it's just maximum raise 2 bet. Okay. Next one we add players seeing the flop is going to be the hand details. Number of players. Players seeing flop is exactly 2. So 2 and 2. On. Add filter. Good. Next one. Position of first raiser. This keeps us from seeing blind versus blind. Is going to be player position pre-flop. Position of first raiser. First raiser is going to be less than equal to 6. And by the way, some of this may be unnecessary. There may be a step here that's unnecessary to make it work. Add this to the filter. But what this one is this keeps us from having small blind versus big blind in the database. Then we add a filter. We want to make sure we have no limpers just to pollute the pot. Go, oh, this made it weird with limpers. So pre-flop limping that occurred. And we do number of limpers, 0 and 0. Or less than equal to 0. All that works. There we go. All right.
Another way that you can actually, if you can't, it doesn't prevent blind versus blind. But if you just do, raise first in.
Right. Now what you,
I don't.
but now you don't have your position yet. Or no, keep it filter on active player, so it's you. That's fine. Okay. Now that we have to add one more thing to the filter that matters. Active player position. So this is going to be hand details on the flop. Player position. And this is going to be player position on flop, not pre-flop.
We'll go click the back to player position.
On the flop, your active player
That's it.
is
Yeah,
out of
that's
position.
what I was missing.
Right.
Okay.
So click on that, leave it active.
Oh, down, go down, down. Out of
And
position.
Click on, and we'll go to add a position. Clicky click. There we go. Add a position. There we go. Add to filter.
That's what I was missing.
Right. And then this last one, I don't know if you need it. Position of active player between 0 and 5. I don't know if you need that. But let's just start it with this and see if that's enough.
And in mine, I added and saw showdown just so that we could actually see their whole cards
Right.
in all of my hands. I have a lot more, but obviously on stars, the ones that don't go to showdown.
Yep.
Um,
So let's just make sure that this, grab a couple of these and make sure that they look right.
Are we still hiding the nasty word?
We will.
Okay.
Put a thing over it, but that's fine. Okay, so let's now switch back and let's go look at Andy's hands. So stop the share there. Andy, you take the screen and then look through a few of those, Mike, and see if they're all good. If they're not all good, you'll add position of active player between 0 and 5. If that was to eliminate something, but I don't even know what it was. And then we'll look at Andy, and then we'll be able to do your hands. And it'll also give you time to block the nasty word. Okay.
all right.
What you
So
got,
here
Andy?
we are. Huh?
So what you got?
First hand we got. Oh crap. I can't.
And since it's your database, you get to narrate the hand first.
Obvious open. I get a call from a villain with not a whole lot of history. And another call from another
Ooh.
villain.
Okay, so this is going to be different because you don't.
Yes, this is
you don't have
slightly.
you don't have the maximum number of players seeing the flop.
Yeah, I didn't. And I don't know, I got a little stupid there. And then check.
And lose to a jack. Lose to a 5. Okay.
Lose to a 5, yeah. I think had I barreled the river, which maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know.
You
I
unblock
suck.
spades, so so he can sometimes have spades that'll fold. That's good.
Yeah.
You don't unblock any nuts, but you do block the best aces. That's good.
Well, and
you block a bunch of good jacks. That's good. Yeah, bluff.
And the other one I missed. Look at his fold to turn C bet. He doesn't fold the turn ever.
Right. So get him off it on the river.
Yes. So like I said, I suck. I messed up the hand.
Go
That
back
should have
to the
been my
flop.
back to the flop.
Yeah, go back to the flop real quick. Okay, let's see. So there's 9 in there. Let's see. How did the flop go?
Through.
Check through.
I guess maybe I could have, but I have nothing but backdoor hearts, backdoor. I mean, backdoor royal flush draw. Maybe I can fire a small bet and see what happens, but I don't love it.
No, the problem is this. So when you check through, so do the flop, you check through, right? He has all of his aces that he called you with. He did not fold any aces yet. None.
Neither of them have.
Right. So when you bet here, which is fine, that's what happened. You bet, right?
Yeah.
When you bet here, he calls with all of his aces, good and bad. He calls with his spade draws.
He calls everything.
Yeah. In this case, he called 5-7. He called a combo, pair and a draw. Then on the river, for you to feel confident bluffing this, you have to not run into brick walls. And there are just too many aces out there.
Aces. I mean, You know, he gets in there with ace deuce. There's just way too much I can run into that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
I
not
don't put
worried
it
about
past this.
I'm
I
not
mean,
worried about
as you
the one card straight. I'd be more worried about the 6-7 than his deuces. He's pretty weak of deuces, having called in the cutoff. But
I agree.
you can't
But
say that you're not going to run into a brick wall. Now,
yes.
let's say one other thing though here. What about not trying to get an ace to fold and not trying to get a king to fold? Do we want to bet here ever to try to get other things to fold? And the
Or
answer
get
is
small
no.
pairs.
Yeah, the answer is just no, because why get a flush draw to fold in general when you've got the nut nothing and a flush draw
I
check
got no pair, and I'm beating most of his busted flush draws,
beating most of his busted flush draws, except for
the 7-5.
the unlucky one that has a 5, a 7, or a jack in it. Yeah. I don't think this is a good candidate for bluff.
I agree. Hence
Yeah.
why I checked.
Sadly, I wanted it to be.
Once we talk through it,
Yeah.
I think in game I was just said this dude's a station. He's never folding a fucking pair, and I give up.
Right.
I
And
have
how about
at least some showdown.
yeah? But let's give
So
you
let's
queen 10. Let's give you queen 10 and bluff it. How about that?
Queen 10 I like because we can
Yeah.
fold out some king highs.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's bluff queen 10.
This has too much showdown to bluff it.
Yeah.
So again, I'm ahead. I beat every missed draw except for this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Okay. Who's up next?
All right. Who wants to narrate this one?
I'll go. I haven't gone in a while.
All right, Brian.
Definitely open 2.5. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Hello.
Yeah.
gotcha.
All right. Who called on the button? You can probably check here a decent bit. It's probably about half and half.
And just so that we're on this, I'll give you the notes. I have 1,000 hands on this guy.
Okay.
He 3-bet squeezes extremely wide, folds to 4-bet super often. Calls fucking obviously you can see he calls fairly wide on the
Pre-flop. VPIP is what, 27? Sorry, I'm on my phone. I can.
2-bet, so he's actually not calling super wide from the button. So he's kind of your standard player. So he's probably got a fairly accurate range.
Yeah, and I think just from what I remember, I mean, this is like a 50-50 board. I mean, I'd check here.
And I checked. And he checked.
Okay. Now I'm definitely gonna be betting. I'd probably bet like B66. Charge some of his draws. He calls. Well, that's pretty good. I don't want to push out. What do I want to tax here? He probably isn't checking many aces. What is he calling me down here with? I mean, I don't know what I'd want to target here. If I'm trying to target like some 8s or 7s or maybe even 9s. I mean, he's not gonna have 9s. I mean, sets of 9s. I would say bet probably. I feel like you can probably bet like half pot here.
And this is where I messed the hand up. I check.
Okay.
I get there, I check. And I do know this player is kind of stabby on the river when checked to, especially with 4-line straights, 4-line flushes. And he folds a lot of non-equity. Like when I'm looking you look at his, fold to river c bet.
Where do
Again,
you?
obviously that's
I'm
folding to a triple barrel,
just
but
a quick basic question. I don't have any HUDs or anything, so where do you see the fold to river C bet? Which one is that?
this line down here, this is his C bet flop, his fold to C bet, his flop check raise.
Okay.
So when we get to river, obviously his river C bet.
Uh-huh.
So and then his fold to river C bet.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
actually, I guess that I mean, I understand you're playing more than of like checking there.
Yes, and he's betting a fair amount when check too.
And then one thing that
I
just
mean,
that's a custom HUD stat. So the meaning of the bottom line there is only on Andy's. It's different on mine. It's different on different people's. But
this is a custom made HUD. This is not your standard default HUD. This is one that I wrote and made.
yeah.
Okay.
So just so you know that now you know where it is, but it's going to be in different places on different people's HUDs.
Okay.
Yes, they're all going to look very different. So I check, he
I mean,
checks.
obviously you told me that, but yeah, I like your play then of checking and trying to induce something.
And he checked, which rightly so. I mean, he checked the 4-line straight. This guy's not a bad player.
Mm-hmm. So I have a question about this. I kind of like the play on the river instead of checking or even betting, like doing a real small bet that looks super weak, and then using that to maybe try and push him out. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Especially, I mean, if we're being results oriented, seeing that he was going to call, probably he was calling a small bet for sure.
Yeah.
But I was more looking at he overfolds on the river.
Yeah.
So I felt like in game the best chance I had to get more money in the pot with the third nuts, fourth nuts was to check.
Yeah. I mean, I see that too. That makes sense. I mean,
In
obviously,
reality, I took
hindsight.
the aggressive line on the turn. I probably should have just continued.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, next hand. Whose hand is it? You can take another one if you want,
Who
Brian.
has the
I'll
list?
go again.
The list has been handed off to
Oh.
whoever says they have the list as I leave. So you get to make a new list based on whatever is on your screen. But
I'll go
after
again.
Brian on my list, it's going to be Daniel. But after this, it's someone else's list.
Okay.
It's Larry's list
Oh God.
What's
because you are host.
Obviously, we can just get to the flop. We know what we're gonna do here. We know what happens. All right, this one, I think because of this number, I'm probably supposed to check. But I think because of this number right here, his fold to flop C bet, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lead. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna C bet. Oh yes. Okay, thanks, Scotty. Go ahead, Daniel.
huh? Oh,
It's on
is it
you.
me?
Narrate.
Oh, what happened? Sorry.
The standard raise,
I
standard
opened. Oh,
pre-flop
okay. It's
raise,
open. Single
button
raise. And then,
called.
okay, got it.
We get this flop. Actions on me. Here's his stat line. If you want me to highlight any stats or
I
look at or go
would.
deeper,
Oh, 1 second. Let me just see how many hands he has on him. What is this like? Is
I have
that the
100
hand?
hands.
100,
He's
100 hands?
V-pipping 80. He's three
His
betting
P-
40. He is a textbook maniac.
What? It looks so confusing. Your PFR is.
So this is just a breakdown. So these numbers correlate to this. So this is
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
PFR, RFI,
Oh,
aggression
okay.
factor.
Then I would.
This is his 3-bet, fold to 3-bet, 4-bet, fold to 4-bet,
Yeah.
flop C-bet, turn C-bet, river C-bet, flop call, flop check raise,
So
and
he's
so
just
on and
like
so
it looks like
forth.
he's like one and done. Uh, type of person, not aggressive PFR. I mean, I would just check raise just to get money. I think he's
So
gonna fold here most of the time, and I would just check so he
now
could, because it looks like his flop C bet was like
you're right. I
95,
mean, 2 or 3
95.
times he's folding to check raise at a clip of 67%.
I mean, it's only three. I mean, people don't really check raise too often. Well, I guess I don't know. Whatever. But
So I check, and he fires a B50.
yeah, I would just raise it to maybe like 12 or 15,
And I call.
just exploitatively. But calling is great too. Yeah,
Then we get this turn.
I would donk.
You would donk.
It's like 70%.
Yeah, not a bad spot to donk. And I check again.
But before we talk about the donk, just remember one thing. It doesn't mean you have to play this way, but remember in the solver, one of the things we saw
Yeah.
is continuing your story. So when you check your ace here, or your set of sixes or your set of threes, when you do a lot of continuing the check story when you check. And it's partially to protect to get hands like this to see their value. So betting out there is okay. I would lean away from changing the story.
Mm-hmm.
This was, I think part of the reason I called is because I wanted a little confirmation. I was at this point with that many hands, I was trying to get this guy to showdown more. Because nobody would take him to showdown. And I knew I had decent backdoor equity and probably pretty good equity against his range. Really good equity against his range. But for my notes, he does have a sizing tell. Bets bigger with bluffs, smaller with value.
Oh boy.
And throughout the session, this held to be true.
What's his one money after seeing flop rate thing is? So one when saw flop 54%, so he does bluff a lot.
Yes. So
On the
went to
top left.
showdown, one-ish.
But
look, this is with 100 hands. He at NL 100.
He won
he's
54.
losing right there.
Right. He won 54% of the flops that he saw means he bluffs a lot.
Yes.
By the way.
And he hasn't gone to showdown, and
yeah,
so he doesn't go to showdown often. He is winning
terrible
at
blue
showdown
line.
though.
Great red line and terrible blue
then
line. He's like me.
What was
actually.
that?
He has a great red line and a terrible blue line. He's literally me.
Yes, and now for the note, my sizing tell bets bigger with bluffs, smaller with value. So he B50s here. And you, Daniel, what's your?
If I was playing against myself, well, I know I'm gonna barrel against myself. I would raise here just because, like, I mean, this hand, I know if you didn't check, but now that you checked, I mean, either way, I would rather raise this because at least you have a chance of like getting him to fold here or getting him to fold if you decide to bet the river or get money when you get a diamond. You have more ways to win in my head.
Yep.
Versus you just calling down.
And I wouldn't. And when I argued against the donk, I'm not going to argue against the check raise. We've seen that the solve. I mean, we've seen the solver when it chooses a check line with value, it keeps the check line going. We have not seen that it always check calls that value. We've seen, it could easily check raise here. So if you're check raising value, we can check raise bluffs. So I'm fine with the raise here. All right, let's see what. And a call is good too. We have the equity to call. There's no question that a call is okay.
Oh, because I feel like there's a lot of
one question
hands here.
This is a question to specifically to Andy and also to Daniel. Before you make this call, when a diamond comes on the river, is your plan to continue checking it or to bet it out? You should decide that. I think now you should have that in mind.
This person does not have an ace, I don't think, at all ever.
Plan was to check.
Okay, good to know.
And now, and like I said earlier, in this hand, my plan was to get him to showdown.
Right.
Because I want to start confirming some of these things. I think long term that had more value. You know, I'm still because even at 100 hands, and I think the maniac note went in fairly early.
Right.
Hence why I always start with 3 question marks. As I get more confirmation, I start to erase question marks until I have
like
none.
that. That's nice.
So as you can see, now I'm down to 1 question mark on maniac.
Right.
I'm down to 1 question mark on sizing tell, bets bigger with bluffs, smaller with value. So I'm trying to confirm some of these things. And fun fact, after I confirmed, I think after this hand, I just took this guy to Pound Town.
Right.
He rebought 3 or 4 times and I stacked him 3 or 4 more times.
Yay. All right.
And
think
they
this
were all
was me.
slow stackings with just bobbing and weaving on them and stealing pots that didn't belong to me. And I
Nice.
absolutely manhandled this particular villain. He now
Wow.
has earned a gold check mark, a gold outline. So anytime I see him on a table, I know he is pure gold.
Excellent. All right, let's go on.
Wow.
Yay, let's get there.
All right.
And you, dog jam. I don't
No,
know.
he's going to do the opposite. He's gonna-
I
he's
think you could actually check.
Yeah.
I think he has he's bluffing. I think I would just let him bluff.
Check.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has an ace.
Remember what we're saying. He's betting small. Our
Oh,
sizing tell.
oh, right. Sorry. I thought you throughout the streets. Okay. Is that
He's
or is it just on
bluffing.
the?
He's like B75 and potting it. Is from what I've seen in previous
Oh,
hands with
okay.
this specific villain.
I see. Yeah, this just doesn't. I mean, I could see why would he play his ace? With like not trying to protect it on the river. He's like, I feel safe now. That's like I could see it, but I don't know. Or got lucky with a 6.
In game here.
I would rejam.
Right. So, and I should have, but in
Oh wait,
game,
sorry, you had a flush. Yeah, you should rejam.
yeah, and remember, like my whole thought, this hand, thinking all the way through the hand, is I want to get him to showdown value or showdown. I'm still trying to confirm these things.
Yeah.
So now, and my sizing tell changed a little bit here. Because all of a sudden, and now I'm wondering, does he have ace X of diamonds? Because he bet small, for him, half pot is a small bet. Everything was B75, B80, or pot. Except for all of his value, he was betting half pot or smaller, but nobody was taking him to the river, taking him to showdown. Just
maybe.
because he was betting and he was super aggressive. So now I monsters under the bed, but I am a little concerned about ace X of diamonds.
I guess a6 could be. Yeah, I guess he could, but this just. Yeah.
So I flat here. And again, I also flat because he bets big with bluffs. So at this point, I'm still thinking this could be a bluff, and I want to see his cards. So I call to force a showdown. That was specifically why I didn't raise. Yes, normal circumstance, I probably would go for a big boy raise here.
If he has a flush, is it an ace? I don't think it's an ace of flush, right? It'd be like a 7, 8. No,
It could be, but I'm not necessarily worried about that. Again, in this is a very specific spot that I want to get to showdown.
Yep.
Right.
This does one other thing for you. Let's see the showdown and see how much money it costs you.
I think I would have lost this.
All right, great, perfect. So you get really nice information. How much did it cost you? He does have a straight, so he would have called. He probably wouldn't have called all in. He might have called, a min click. But it does one other thing here, which is when you get to this showdown, you get to see his card. So does the rest of the table. We don't love that. But also, if he's thinking at all, other people are going to make a note on you that's going to be inaccurate. And that's good.
Ooh, I didn't even think of that angle.
Yep. because your
But-
cards got shown also.
Yes, because I mean, 100 NL on stars. There's some killers in that game.
And they just, and
There,
they probably did not think you did this to see his cards. They think you did this because you were scared. And
yes.
and that note is inaccurate, and inaccurate notes are good for you.
Yes, and I know because I remember this because this was like yesterday or 2 days ago. I very specifically, when I saw this flop and he bet, I'm like, all right, I want to see one more. It's cheap enough. And when I got the draw, and then when I hit the flush, I'm like, I want to start confirming some things. I want to get him to showdown to start confirming some notes because nobody was taking him to showdown.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Andy. If you had, and this is not necessarily the highest EV line, but it's higher than yours. If you had min clicked it and he folded, does that answer enough of your question? That he's
Yes.
It just means he's still bluffing, like you think, right?
well, Andy wants to know how weak he is. Okay. Now you will not know that he has no flush here that he bets, but he has a straight and a blocker. You won't have that much information. But if he calls you and you still don't get to see his hand, is that enough information? Or if he folds, is that enough information to confirm, to still let you get 21 big blinds? Or do you need to see the cards to get the information you're looking for? You understand my question?
I mean, a min click and he folds, it still confirms he bet pot. And then I min clicked it and he folded. That
Right.
screams bluff.
He bet pot weak with some kind of bluff. Now,
Yes.
what you'd have to know in the future is if you had king, queen of spades here, does his bluff not contain a 5 or not contain a 4? Because it's not a pure bluff. There's a little value in his bet. It is ace 2, 3, 4, 5. Or this
Right.
2, 3,
And
4,
well,
5, 6.
I did find later on this, so the sizing tell it's really accurate on the flop and the turn when he thinks he thought he had the nuts here. So yes, I could have jammed and he would have snapped.
Yeah.
In his mind, he has the stone cold nutter butters, and he is calling me no matter what I bet. When he was betting pot on the river, he thought he does not have an overpot size.
Right.
Pot is his nutted hands are all betting pot on the river.
And this is the nuts because it beats ace, king, and ace, queen, and ace 6.
Yes, in his mind, he has the absolute stones here.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad.
Until you raise it. At which point,
So yes, I 100% missed a raise, but again, this was early enough in my hand history with him that I wanted confirmation more than I wanted the value up front. I punted a little equity in this hand specifically to gain a ton of equity down the road.
Gotcha. Okay. And if you had not seen this combo, if you had done it the other way and only gotten the confirmation, let's see. Is he going to fold to a click raise here?
No.
Probably not to a click raise. He's probably going to fold. He might fold to a jam. If he calls you here, do you have enough information to go forward, or did the actual combo give you the information you needed?
If I click it and he folds, I don't think I get the confirmation info.
Thank you. Okay.
Because this hand actually started to change my read a little bit.
Okay.
When he goes bet small, like he thinks, and then when then hammers the river, he has value.
Okay.
It's
just his value. How thick is the value have to be? Great.
The one money on flop though, at 54% is like a really good. If I didn't know his stats, I think how you played is okay. But if I knew his stats was 54%, he's winning every time he sees a flop. I know he's like a maniac. That's like a crazy. I think
this line right here tells us he's a maniac. His 45% 3-bet, his VPipping 80 with a PFR RFI of 65.82. I mean,
yeah, but I don't know how many opportunities he has for those. I guess the VPip
57
PFR,
opportunities for RFI, and he's raised 47 of them.
Yeah, he's a maniac.
Yeah, that is quite wild.
64 times out of 98 hands, he has raised pre-flop.
Yeah, you can't get that stat without raising
That's
queen nine offsuit
th-
in the hijack.
true. But it
He's
doesn't tell you
raised.
if they're bluffing. No, they're just telling you that they have a wide range. And
When you
they're
have a wide range, you have to bluff. I mean, look at his.
well,
look at his C-bet.
yeah, I mean, like one and done versus like someone who can double barrel or triple barrel is what I mean. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree with what you guys are saying. I'm just that's why I just like
C-betting. He's C-bet 21 of 22 flops.
Yeah,
But he folds to aggression.
Which he
well,
has to because he's going
is
to miss
that
all those flops.
is that fold to check raise or is that fold to C
He's
bet?
only been check raised twice, and he folded, or 3 times, and he folded 2 of them.
Yeah,
fold to check raise, yeah,
and fold to a raise after C-bet.
fold to raise after.
So he's folding to a lot of aggression.
Yeah.
He wants to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
Like he was kind of up to this point. I mean, it's only 100 hands, but he was running over the table.
100 hands is pretty accurate for PFR and
Yeah.
VPID, I think.
And then, I mean, look at his 3-bet, 33 opportunities. He's 3-bet 15
I don't know about
times.
anything else though.
Did he bet the turn when he did have nuts?
15 times is
He had the nuts on the
50,
turn. How big did he bet?
Half pot.
Half
I
pot.
think half pot.
Half pot. Thank you. All right, let's go to the next one.
That was part of my confirmation. He had value.
Yeah.
He bet small.
Right. Excellent.
It also tells me he views some draws, like he views an open ender as value.
Right.
Because on the flop, he bet it was a B50.
Mhm.
If I had, without disclosing his actual name, if I pulled up just his hands that we saw, he is, when he has air balls, he is potting it on the flop. Like a few hands,
What side
I
is
would
this?
enter pots with him, especially if when he raised under the gun and I was the big blind, I was calling 100% of my range.
Yeah.
And when he C-bet pot, I put in a big boy check raise and he folded 100% of the time.
He's basically just giving you the address of his crypto wallet. That was very nice. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look at the next. Let's take a look at the next hand. And who's up next, Larry?
Larry's up.
All right,
Sure.
Larry.
Let's open check 10 suited.
I did. What do you know? Almost like I've studied pre-flop ranges. Look at that flop.
Interesting.
What would you like to do, Larry?
I would check here. And with the intention of check raising at a high frequency.
Um,
So this
so
guy's got
here's
a
our
25
here's our-
VPIP.
Yep, a 25, 21, 30.
How often does he bet when he's checked to, what's his bet and his C-bet?
I don't have a bet miss C bet, but we can look at his flop. Just bet he's betting 50% of flops roughly.
Yeah, I would check with the intention of check raising at a high frequency.
Yes. So this is when I look at his lines here. This is a player that to me is a solid player. He plays good fundamental poker, and he's not gonna put himself in a lot of trouble.
So we're deep too, which is kind of important to
Yes,
think about.
we're fairly deep. So you say check, and I checked.
And he
Checks back.
checks. Okay. So I think now we want to get value from 7s, 8s, and 9s. If he has that at any frequency, I would bet half out of position.
I generally out of position when flop checks through. My delayed C bet is usually like a B66, but I like half. Oh, but I went B30, B33.
All right, that's what he does. He calls.
And I think part of it, I think at this point, I felt like I was fairly nutted. Like he never has a 6, he never has jacks plus. His best cases were chopping. So I think I went small exploitatively to keep him in.
Okay. That is a Brickish River. So I like a B75 to pot.
And here I messed up and I think I checked. And not think, I obviously checked. I do like a bet there because I don't think he's folding any pairs. I don't think he's folding sevens, eights, nines. I don't know if he's
Yeah.
folding any pocket pair.
I think
The-
we're targeting sevens, eights, and nines here.
I mean in game obviously and now, but I kind of felt like he may he may barrel some overcards, he may barrel a few things. So I think that was my thinking with the check. It wasn't a check to because I was beat. I think it was a check because in my history with this player, I've been, he knows I get fairly aggressive on rivers.
All right, so we
Um,
check, and what does he do?
he checks back.
And we're gonna see
Pocket
fives.
fives.
Yeah, I think that we need to extract value on.
Yep. I definitely missed value on that river. I think if I fire out like a B33, B50, I don't think he's ever, I don't know if I fire a B100, he's ever folding.
So who's got the list? Mike, do you have the list, or I have the list?
Yep. Crusher is up.
Crusher! Get
I
in.
think this is the last hand I have. Yes.
All right. Let's see what this guy does.
Crusher, are you ready?
Yeah. What is villain 2 gonna do? Okay, yeah. Open.
Given our filter, we're always going to be the pre-flop raiser, and then get a caller in position to us. So obviously we know what happens pre-flop.
All right. Oh, nice. Opening the card off. Call from the board. I actually like c betting here, but I would check.
And I
Yeah,
elect for a
I think that's-
B33. I like the check. Give him a chance. He calls.
Okay.
Ooh. Turn card. I don't hate this turn card.
So
I
when you
don't
bet on the
love it,
flop,
but I don't hate it.
I think you definitely got to bet again here, like 7.58 big blinds.
And for some reason I check it.
And he checks it back. Ace. Bet. Check.
Yep, not the greatest run out of all time. I didn't hate the 8 when he checks back. So in game, I keep hearing Scotty, once you go in the check line, you got to stay in that line until they give you a chance to break out of it.
No, I think this is good enough to value bet though. I think you definitely get to bet fold here. Like
Yep. And I think I take the check line. I felt like he floats a lot of ace high, and because I didn't bet the turn, a lot of his ace high gets there. And if he doesn't have ace high, I think in game I was thinking he's never going to call worse with a bet here, but he will bluff worse. And he checks it back.
Fair enough. That's a good thought process.
And he had sevens. So yeah, I think my assumption was correct. I doubt he's ever calling with sevens.
Even if you go small, what if you block bet?
Yeah, maybe he calls a block bet. I think in game I felt like my best route to getting more money in the pot was just to check and bluff catch.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's good.
And that's all
I think
I've
betting
got.
turn. I think betting turn is key though in this hand.
Yeah, I think I definitely missed one on the turn. Because I don't think he's ever with now he turned extra equity as well. I don't know if he's I mean, granted, it's a 4-liner to the dumb end that he's drawing to, but I don't know if he's ever
Especially when
holding a
you
bet
take
on the turn.
the that 33% line on the flop, then I think betting turn is necessary. But yeah, I think the river was fine.
Yep. And I think, when I bet he checks and then river, I came to the conclusion that I don't know. And maybe because of the turn check, maybe he does call me light. But also, my thought is, what are so many people c betting and then checking back turn? So, I mean, so many, against population, so many people are c betting ace high. And then when it bricks on the turn, just giving up. So I think maybe why I checked the river is specifically because the ace is a scarier card for him than it is for me.
But this is a really good combo to value bet because you block the straight, you have second pair. Your kicker's not the worst. It's not a good kicker, but yeah, I think an 8 can call you if you go small enough. I think you get to bet small on the river, but yeah, I think
I would
Yeah,
block
I
that
don't
river.
disagree that this is a small um so where were we at? Well, we can take a peek if we want. So cut off button. We'll go was Jack of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 4 of spades. Jack of diamonds, 9 of hearts, 4 of spades. So yeah, I do have a lot of checks here. But I
But when
elected to
you
go.
so do bet small here and then see what you would do on the turn on the 8 of hearts.
So yeah, I'm for sure it's supposed to be a small bet. So I should have been firing that
What?
But if you
B25.
go back to the flop and put the check line, I bet you have more checks on the turn. It's dependent on the flop. Let's check it out.
When it goes check check on the flop, I am betting that, but oh yeah, because I bet if it goes check, he bets, then obviously we know in peak that it's going to be pure check. Um, so he bets, we call 8 of hearts. Yeah, obviously I'm pure checking, and then he should be betting. Actually, he's still checking back a lot. Let's go in our line. So obviously I have a ton of bets, and I elect to check. He has a lot of checks. Checks through. It was ace of diamonds. Did I miss one? It's got to think. It's saying, how the hell are we getting here? It's still thinking. See, even the solver's looking at me like, what the fuck did you do? There we go. Huh. At this point, yeah, Jack 10 suited is a pure check. I mean, the sliver that I have. But let's see why. So let's just give them the predominant bet size of B60.
Are you value betting or
Yep. And I'm actually mostly calling, but I do have some raises with all my combos of Jack 10. Never folding to a bet. Let's see. What if he goes big?
I think those raises are like almost bluffing.
You think it could be? Yeah, I think it's
'Cause
electing
that's
at that
Yeah, they're
point to
bluffs.
turn.
yeah.
I mean,
But
you can change the
It's
view
rather
to equity and see what it views as the equity of that combo.
I think it figures that it's winning
So then
more
go
by
up to the
folding up.
top, right? Well, no, not there. Go back to hand. And then go to the hand graph to the right. Go up, and then where it says equity, click that. So it's a bluff, we can see, because it's got 33%
Yeah.
equity.
it's
Generally,
playing
the
it in.
cutoff for a value bet is over 50%.
Let's see if
50%
how
over.
our equity changes. Wow, our equity actually goes down when he bets smaller.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised. Well, wait. How is it a call if it's a? I guess
Because
it's
of pot
equity
odds.
compared to their hand, but the pot odds should still be. Oh no, that's if you're the other person. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, equity
So
and pot odds are closely correlated in the
I
solver.
forget that's only when you're betting in position on the river that it should be 50%.
Also, our call off is closely correlated to what
Right.
our equity, perceived equity is.
Because
take a
on the
look
river, it's yeah.
when he goes really silly with it. And
Because on the
so, yeah,
river,
we're just our equity goes up the bigger he bets.
Well, that makes
uh,
sense because in theory,
he's bluffing more.
He has more bluffs.
Yeah.
your bluff
The bigger
versus
he
value
bets, the more
ratio
bluffs he
changes.
has.
We all know that has very little correlation to humans, but
Right.
It's true, yeah.
Did-
Can I see the equity for Button's hands? Sorry. Like, what hands does he need? What? Because he needs to have high equity to bet value bet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
Let's
just
look
do
at his
the.
common bet size. Bet 5.8. So his
Has to have-
common sizes, I mean, he has
Okay, yeah, because he has to have over 50% equity after getting called when he value bets. Is the math, I think. Just because you could just check back and win the pot. So betting is essentially 50% pot odds you're giving yourself. Or you're yeah. So you need to have over 50%, but the caller doesn't need to have over 50%.
no, the caller
Yeah.
just needs to line up with pot odds and
Yeah,
MDF,
I didn't even think about yeah.
which I think on the river, MDF and pot odds pretty much always line up, right?
Like in the GTO frequencies?
Yeah.
MDF is less correlated. Pot odds are strongly
M-
correlated, but
M-
MDF is
MDF
not a good measure as much as
it's
we thought when we look at solver usually, but
well,
pot odds are pretty close.
yeah, MDF over folds out of position.
Yeah,
So
true.
out of position usually doesn't reach MDF unless like I don't know, it's like a blind on blind, I think is the closest you'll ever get.
So, Andy, you say this is your last hand?
Yeah, this is my last hand. I can stop the share now.
All right, so it's 210. Is this a good stopping point, gents?
It's three. Oh, where you're at, it's yeah, it is. Yeah, if you guys want to stop, unless anybody has any hands that um they want to double, if you guys want to double check really quick.
I don't
Um
I don't have any hands that are specifically related to this, but I have some that are slightly different.
I think this would be a good time if anyone has any hands from the week that they have either questions on or hands that they had tagged to share with the group. I think I have one. Let me double check.
I got one too.
All right, we can look at a couple hands. I gotta stop at 2:30, but I can look at a couple hands.
You said Daniel, you have one?
I said I do. I don't know if you can hear me.
Brian, grab it.
Yeah. Okay, let me.
Grab it
I
if
was
you
on my
want.
phone. I just got back from buying a new computer. Just got everything set up. Let me pull it up on here. All right. Get into the game. Come on. Okay. Sorry, I'm back now. All right. So I don't have like that hand replayer thing, but I was able to screenshot it from my hand history. I don't know if you guys want me to just say it or if there's somebody that
Can,
knows how to set it up.
can you, so you got a JPEG or like a file, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a Google Doc with just a screenshot of the hand.
Okay, do you, two options. You can either share the file in chat and one of us will bring it up, or you can just share your screen
Yeah,
with
I'll
the
share
file.
here. Which could so
All right.
this one has it set up weird too. It's like under the gun +1, under the gun +2. It's really just low jack. I think we're 5-handed, so that's just hijack
Can
and
you
cut.
make it a bit bigger?
Yeah, I can.
Thanks.
Let me just do this.
So. Here you go.
Oh, I know.
Um,
I have a hand I wanted to review that this guy, he still needles me about this hand. So I don't I believe I played it well.
so,
He does not think so.
okay, so we're playing, so under gun, so you are in big blind
Yeah,
with
I'm big
ace
blind.
jack.
Hijack, cut
Hard
off.
jump to this. Okay, so so he opens 3x, you defend, right?
Yep.
You've got an two over, you got an over and a gutter. You check. He bets what appears to be probably
It
round
was like,
half pot.
yeah, it's around.
You check raise. Okay, I can see a check raise here. He calls, right?
See, and this is where I think I made the main mistake is that I think that I can't take the check route here on the turn then.
You
I
can.
bet you,
It's
like,
not bad to take. It's not bad to take a check when you check raise and he calls.
but then I just,
So what was your check raise size? Your say 3x. Okay, so I might go a little bit bigger with my
okay.
boss here. I might go to like 4x to use bet.
Yeah, I'm supposed to 4x there because I'm out of position.
I
Mhm.
I don't think it's terribly wrong there, but
What
I
what was your
think
thought with the check raise there? I mean, was this guy just barreling every flop or
So, I mean, a lot of this is like 5 NL. Sometimes I'll play 10, but I'm mostly just trying to make sure I'm beating 5 NL before I move up to anything. Um, and so a lot of the time people are in and out super fast. So I kind of just try to play a general and like I'll have notes on people if I played with them for a while and I'll start to be able to pick up on what they're doing wrong and ways to exploit them. But this guy was just a straight up like he came in, played a couple of hands and he was out. He probably only played for 30 minutes, but I didn't have much on him. So the
Yeah,
check
that's
raise, though, a lot of the time, I mean, just generally, a lot of the time, most people they'll see bet anything if they raise, especially if there's a high card on the board. So I mean, I was like, in my head, it was more of a love to take it down right now, and I don't know if this is a good thought process, but like, I'm have some equity, but I don't mind. I'm fine with getting pushed off of it, and I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be the end of the world to me to fold the gut shot on this.
yeah.
Where
So I think you're fine. So what is pot on turn? Pot is estimate top pot on turn for me. It looks like it's fine.
70 plus 30. I mean, it's a total will be. It's like a little bit more than it's like 110, and he bets. Then he bets out and
So
over
then his size is
very
like
large.
a B80.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, you can fold. I
I
think you
mean, that's
played this. I think you played this fine.
okay. Now there's only
I
one
mean, the
other.
only
Oh,
the
go
only
ahead.
thing you could really consider here is so actually ace of diamond, jack of spades, pretty much looking at the solver, pretty much pure calls here. Now they didn't have a B50, so I did a I gave him a B 30,
Hmm.
and at B30, ace jack off pure calls. At B70, your combo actually pure folds.
Okay. Is that on the
Um,
flop or the turn?
on the flop.
Okay.
But so we'll go your line, raise. He calls. Turn was the 6 of hearts. Your combos that check raised are pretty much pure bet. They're gonna keep betting here.
Okay. That's
I
where
don't
was
I don't
kind of-
mind your check because at um 5NL, they're just gonna way under defend the check raise because they think a check raise is always a set or two pair. So when he's defending that check raise, he just has a ton of equity. Especially when you check the turn and he fires off. Like you know that's and he fires fairly big. Like you know that's value.
Yeah.
Um so that's really not like I don't hate your check fold. I think your better line would have been to just check call the flop and see what develops.
Okay.
Because again, if he may be, they tend to over C bet and then way population way under defends against the check raise. So once you check raise him, you know that he just has major value. Which isn't terrible if you spike your king on the turn because you know you're getting paid, but he's either calling with a flush draw or a strong value hand, probably a flush draw at 5NL. At that point, or like a king jack, some sort of draw if he's not raising. Population tends to, they 3-bet versus a check raise with any sort of, when they have a set or like heavy value, they're gonna, at 5NL, they tend to just fire away. Like they're not thinking, how can we play a three, it's, ooh, he check raised me because he has a strong hand. I have a strong hand. Let's put the money in.
Yeah.
So when he only flats, it's either a hand like queen 10, king queen, ace queen, or a couple clubs or some sort of combo draw that I want to see. And then when you check, obviously when he bets, he's strong. We know that.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was at and why I just laid it down. I mean, once he
Yeah.
calls the 3-bet, I kind of didn't love after missing the turn. Obviously, there wasn't a ton of outs, but just kind of don't love barreling in again because I'm kind of already like, all right, these a lot of the time they'll call you, especially with 2-pair, even when the flush or the straight gets there. I mean, these people will call me down with absolute any 2-pair.
Where are you playing online?
Bovada.
Bovada, okay. Do they allow HUDs?
They do. I was just talking about this. I got the poker 4 tracking At least that's what Scotty said. He was pretty sure because they have ignition on what is it, Poker Tracking 4.
Yeah.
They have ignition on there, which is apparently pretty much the same thing as Bovada. I didn't see specifically Bovada, but he was saying to contact their service team and you should be able to get something set up for Bovada then.
Yeah, they have ignition because Bovada is part of the winning poker network, right?
No idea.
Okay, well,
Is
I
that
don't
what
see
ignition is?
what?
Is that what ignition is?
Yeah, ignition is
Yeah,
on its
it's
own on Poker Tracker,
It's the same thing, yeah.
but I'm pretty sure Bovada allows. I mean, a quick Google search can tell. I can do a quick search.
I think Bovada is it's the same thing as ignition, I believe. It's a different skin.
Yes, they allow HUDs.
Yeah.
You just have to. The HUDs is
Yes, it for sure. PT4 works on Bovada.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to get the HUD catcher though, I think.
Yeah, it
The-
doesn't. I don't see.
Ignition HUD catcher for PT4. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like it's like 25 a year for small stakes, like 50 25 50 cent max.
And something else you said that kind of jumped out, Brian. When you said like you're playing 2-5 because you want to beat 2-5 before you move to 10 NL.
Yeah.
I would just
Are you
I would just-
bankrolled for bigger games and confident
just-
in those bigger games, or
I mean, I mean, I don't have a massive sample size, so I can't say like, oh, I'm super profitable when I only have like a 10 or 15,000 hand sample size. But across that sample size with 5 NL, I'm winning. I think it was like 18 big blinds an hour or whatever.
yeah, crushing?
Yeah, I crush it generally. I mean, my biggest problem was mental game and lack of knowledge until I started to really, really focus on the master class and starting to actually learn what the hell's going on. And once that started to happen, my win rate went through the roof. I was pretty much break even, and then I just started shooting up. And I mean, in my head, it was more of like I have the money that I could play. Now I could technically go live. I have a bankroll that I could go and play 1-2 and be fine. I just don't have as much time because I also work a full-time job and all that
Right.
stuff. So it's easier just to get online and play for a couple hours when I'm done working. But in my head it was like, what's the point of moving up if I can't consistently beat, this
Well,
level?
And the reason I ask, because I will say, like on Poker Stars, I was not beating 30 NL. Like I was struggling in 30, and a buddy of mine's like, why the hell are you? And my win rate was actually it was just below break even, but I was getting killed by rake.
Okay.
I moved up to 100 NL because a buddy of mine's like, you're bankroll for. He's like, well, what's your bankroll? And I said, well, my online. And he as soon as I said my online, he said, shut up. Your bankroll's your bankroll. You are bankrolled for bigger games. Play the games you're rolled for. And I moved up to 100 NL, and over. I mean, it's only 5,000 hands now at 100 NL, but I have a 14 big per 100 win rate there. Like I'm beating 100 NL where I couldn't beat because of the rake. That's kind of why
Yeah.
I was asking. Even in the micros, like the effective rake in 10 NL or 25 NL or 50 NL is going to be significantly less than 5 NL.
Yeah.
Because at 5 NL, you're just never, ever, ever going to see pots that get big enough that the rake gets capped.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's part of the problem that I face too, is getting those bigger pots and bigger wins at this. It's a consistent win rate, but it's just I just can see that it's gonna take forever before I'm even moving to, because in my head it was like, oh, I'm gonna move to 10 now. I'm gonna move to 25 now, and then just consistently move up. But I mean, I see what you're saying.
You're gonna find really from like 5 NL up to probably 25 NL, the player pool is pretty similar.
Yeah.
The only difference here, the effect of the rake is going to be a little bit less at 25 NL versus 5 NL, just because you will get some pots every once in a while where the rake gets capped.
Okay.
Once you start like 50 NL, at least on from Poker Stars, up until I think 200 NL, rake is always capped at $3. So whether you're playing 10 NL or 200 NL, your max rake is $3.
Okay.
I don't know if this
Obviously,
is
in
good
a
advice,
10 NL
but,
game, you're never seeing max rake. Where in 100 NL, 200 NL, most hands get max raked.
But-
So the effect of the rake drops significantly with each step up.
Okay.
oh,
So
also,
I
don't
put a
know,
link into the chat and it gives you a tool to compare rake at different buy-ins.
Also,
It's a very effective tool. Check it out.
Also, variance tool is also pretty. If you want to know how long it takes to get to understand your true win rate. But I don't know if this is a good advice, but like the higher, it's just like lower, like 2 NL and 5 NL. It's just like they play really nitty, which might be good when you're starting off, but like it's gonna get crushed if you get stuck playing like that if you're actually trying to move up stake.
Definitely
But
trying to.
But I'm
there's
not
not
saying you
much in
should move
between.
up.
They're either super nits or they just don't know
Yeah.
the fold button exists.
Yeah, that's kind of what I see, and it's pretty quick to tell who's just blasting and who.
Yeah.
I mean, just get out of the way when I've seen the guy play one hand in and out, and he folded or folds every single time someone C bets, and then he starts blasting. Then it's like, all right, it's just time to put it down.
Yeah, it's just like yeah, like you'll find those, and then it's just gonna be less and less of those people the higher you move up. But there's always gonna be, money.
I mean, this is
You know,
also good.
you should
though.
always
The
just try to get,
was good though for what I'm doing. Like I played poker for a while, but I never took it very serious. I always liked it. I never understood anything about it. I finally started to like really look into it, and it's been good to see. Like I've noticed improvement significantly from even 3 months ago of just consistently studying and like working on things and focusing on things. Because I before I was just bluffing random ass spots and just randomly bet whatever, and now it's kind of there's actually some reason behind the things I'm doing, which is good.
the mental game you mentioned. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would get
and,
tilted
like,
and
and
start
I don't.
blasting.
I want to add one thing to the conversation here. So the mathematics of the rake that everybody's saying is absolutely true. It's why Bart Hansen talking live talks about the race to getting to 2-5 on 2. But we have to always say this, which is be very aware of your own real bankroll in your real life, because none of us want to let poker affect, let poker losses affect our real life. That's a terrible idea. So the idea that you've got this group of guys who are all saying, oh, you got to pay higher, you got to play higher. No, you fucking don't. And there's one other thing, which is a good way to tell whether you are beating the game, and saying, is it the rake is? You can look in your poker tracker database and you can see how much rake you're paying on each of those hands. And then see, am I actually, I'm moving up slow, I'm getting, my blood pressure is increasing slowly, but not that quickly. Take a look at how much the rake effect is, and you go, oh my gosh, if the rake was half, I'd have a huge win rate. Then you're comfortable moving up. If it's not the rake that's beating you, it's the fact that the other players are beating you, you're not ready to move up yet. So that's my little speech. Let's none of us go broke in our real life for this silly little game.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm playing 5NL, Scotty. I would
Sorry, I wasn't trying
to clarify. I wasn't saying jump right into 100 NL from 5 NL. I was saying maybe
I bet like
if you're rolled, start dipping your toes in like 25 NL.
Yeah,
and 10 NL if there's 10 NL.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's
and then give yourself, or if you're going to go up a couple levels, give yourself, say, okay, I'm going to give myself 10 buy-ins or 5 buy-ins at this level and take a small shot.
Yeah. I think that's the way to go, for sure.
But Daniel's right. Like 2 NL and 5 NL are just I mean, you can crush there. And I recently
the game, though. Yeah.
Funny story. I did recently play like 5,000 hands of 2 NL,
I cannot beat
Just
2-0,
because a
but I can
buddy of
beat-
mine who
I
he's
can beat
playing and
5.
he's like, "Oh, players are so bad. It's 2NL is unbeatable." And I said, "Maybe you just suck."
It's not
Because I mean, in all
unbeatable, but
reality, I mean, anybody who is halfway competent should be able to crush 2NL.
you can crush it. 2-0. It's funny though. My stats actually, I do way better in 5-0 than 2-0. Because I just like I cannot handle just like tightening it up completely and just never bluffing. I'm just like but I mean I do want
And
5-0 and
at 2NL, with 5,000 hands,
25.
I am winning at 42 big blinds per 100.
Also,
Yeah.
they were different sites though, so I guess that matters too.
Absolutely. And I
Big
do
money.
find like recently I started playing a little bit on Club GG is ways like Poker Stars
Oh
because
gosh.
it's licensed and regulated in Michigan. So we have the Michigan, New Jersey player pool. Stars is once you start getting to like 100 NL, 200 NL, it's straight killers.
Dang. US players only?
Yes.
Yeah.
So because Poker State in Michigan, we're
crazy.
licensed and regulated.
Only Michigan?
If you
Or,
play
like,
on Stars, you can only play with players from Michigan and New Jersey. You can't play
it.
their full international site.
Dang. Yeah.
So I mean,
Where
this
some of the gray area sites play is a little bit softer because I feel you don't have as serious of players.
So just a question relating to like moving up and everything. I mean, I know it's gonna take a while if I were to stay here, and I'm probably getting crushed by a rig. I have like some random tracker on my phone that I use. I don't have anything great, but across 5,000 hands, 100 is 21 big blinds. And win rate. But it's only 5,000 hands.
Variance is much more massive than you could ever imagine, and there is a calculator that you could put your stats in. I think it was already linked in
Yeah.
this is like on a different section, but you could calculate your variance, but it's usually you need tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands to really understand your win rate. But
Yeah.
bankroll is what is also, and taking shots. It should look at, bankroll. You can do tank roll management, which is like a bit aggressive bankroll management if you have money outside, you have income outside of poker.
Yeah.
Where you can you have 20 buy-ins and then you take shots, and then when you go down to 15 buy-in, you always have like 15 buy-ins or something. I forget, but
I think I'm looking to get
there's a lot of different management skill,
I say I'm trying
Usually,
to 5 for a little bit and just try and then work in the rake and everything and get a tracker going so I can actually get more information. Because right now it's like it's not like very exact. So I'd like to have more specific data across more hands before I make the jump. Just because I want to make sure I'm winning. Like I'm not going to jump up as a losing player.
right.
Yeah,
What I would if you're rolled, you have a job where like you can add a little more. I would recommend stay with that track if you want, but at least move up to 10 NL where it starts to resemble
at least know
something
the
more
game.
like real poker.
Yeah, because I played like, oh my gosh, I don't know why I played like 30,000 freaking 2NL game hands, but and then I switched sites to Ignition for like 5-0, and it was like, oh, I felt like I was just playing with bots on the 2NL website. But I mean, for me, it's just practice for life because that's where the real money is. Honestly, like,
Well, we have another hand if we want to take a look at that. Right. See, this one I was like kind of questioning my is here with A7 offsuit. It's not the greatest hand, but there's two limps behind in front.
Fold.
Folder
So
raise.
First thing. When this is a really good thing that when you break out of that, the two limps behind that makes you think A7 is good makes A7 worse.
It's true.
So are
So
you playing more of like implied odds hands? Like if it was ace 7 suited,
You got
obviously
to
I'm
play
not playing
tighter.
it.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Okay.
exactly,
True.
exactly.
I think that's a big hole in my game for sure because a lot of the time I'm like, if it's good to open and there's limps in front, I just open and punish instead of saying, okay, maybe I should, like it's at the bottom of my range, maybe I should just be folding it here instead of trying
Yep.
to punish.
So somebody makes the old Joey speech about how to combat limpers. What range you should use against limpers. Someone who knows that speech, make it, because I'm driving.
Sure.
It's
So
it's got to be 1 foot tighter.
ideally, when you enter a pot, I mean, there's an overlapping range, but when you look at your ISO range, you want to look at the position you're in, and then move forward in your head 2 positions. Look at that RFI range, and ISO with that RFI range.
Okay. So
And
basically I was
by forward, Larry means backward.
yeah. So like, but I was button here. I'd want to be moving to hijack here to see
Yeah.
what I should be actually opening with.
Yeah, and then that would be your ISO range.
Okay. Yeah, and then it went 3 ways, and this is flop. I think they all fold. Everybody folded. No, big blind calls. They fold.
Oh God.
And you could add on this following wrinkle. Against one
Multi-way
ISOer,
pots.
this is for your start. Against one ISOer, you go back 2 spaces, and that's your opening range, okay? Your ISO range. Against 2 limpers, you go back another spot. Against 3 limpers, you go back another spot. This is not exact, but if you do that, this will keep you from getting fucked up for the start, and it'll give you a good guideline. And you'll find, since ace 7 doesn't even open in the cutoff very much, against a limper, you're folding ace 7 offsuit. Just fold it. All right, go on.
I think that's something I'm definitely making a mistake around with doing. I do that all the time. It's definitely a problem. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't even care about the rest of his hand because I shouldn't have been there in the first place. The flop comes 4-8-7.
Unless you're playing
So
exploited.
he leads into me then for
Keep the hand going. Play out the rest of the hand, and let's see if this teaches us the lesson of why we shouldn't be there. Let's find out.
so it was 15 plus basically 50. So it was like 65 pot. He bets like 3/4 pot here. He leads into me then after calling. I called with my second pair, and then he jams and just put it down.
Eyes, great, amazing fold.
What the hell did I call it? It's just him calling me. It was like, I don't know. It's a lot of shit that hits this board. So I just thought it's probably best to just get rid of it.
It was multi-way, right? On the flop.
No, it wasn't even multi-way because they both folded out. The big blind was the only caller.
Yeah,
Oh,
both
I mean-
limpers folded.
Either way, I mean, he could have easily had over. Did they? I guess raised big blind raise, so then easily could have had over
Yeah,
pairs. I mean, you had second pair.
I had second pair and he led into me
Yeah,
before
just,
on the flop.
like large sizing.
It's pretty large. I probably could have laid it down there, but
Yeah, I would. It's a good. Well, I don't know, but that's usually large sizing donks. I don't know.
yeah.
Slash
So
player, I guess.
yeah, that guy. I mean, he joined pretty, and then he barely had anything. He joined one of those short stacks that joins in and plays for 10 minutes and then leaves as soon as they get up.
Then yeah.
So I didn't know what the hell was going on, but
He's a bingo bandit.
yeah. So that's
See
all
that a lot at the super
Yeah,
micros.
there's some better spots to hero call, you know? Like I feel like there's so many more better spots to hero call than there.
I made a great call yesterday with King High. That guy jammed into me and I called on him, and I was happy with that one. It's a good hand. I only bring my bet.
I guess as long as it made sense, I hope.
It might have been. I don't know. He was short and he limped, and then I had king queen suited. He limped out under the gun. I 3-bet to 22 or whatever to punch the limper. He, well, I technically raised it to 22. Then he 3-bet over me, and he was playing super aggressive
That
before
is
that.
that.
So I called, and then it came out, and he jammed, and it was an ace high flop, which I didn't love. But the way he was
Oh,
playing, it seemed
God.
like he was just gonna get anything in, and he had done that like 3 times. Like I'd seen him just start barreling at people like 3 times in a row, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like king high is good enough here to make the call because I think I also had a gutter. I think it was ace 10, like 7, and I had a gutter to the jack. So I was like, fuck it.
I
Or
mean, I think mathematically, if someone's just jamming any two, but I wouldn't do it. I don't like flipping, so I wouldn't do that. But maybe it might be mathematically right though.
well, he was so short stacked too that it was really not that bad to make the call. I mean, when his jam was like, I think his jam was less than half pot.
Oh,
So it was like, why not?
Oh.
Shot. Hell yeah, I'm in there like
I
swimwear.
mean,
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. This guy's been doing this over and over again, and he seems
that's
like
what you.
he would
Yeah,
limp and then re-raise everybody that went over. I was like, no way he just got dealt aces and kings
This-
3 or 4 times in a row.
This is
So I have
why
I have
you
a
get a
question about that
tracker.
specific thing. So let's imagine this. He limps, you raise with king queen. He 3-bets. He now does the limp re-raise, and you've decided he's weak. You know, that he had that not that this individual hand is weak, but that his range is a weak range that does this. And his limp re-raise gives you an SPR of, of half. How many people think we like to call there, and how many people just want to jam pre into that range? I don't have an answer for this. I'm asking that question.
Clarification. Because it was
Good question.
so we called the limp re-raise pre and then called the jam on the fly. I like
I'd
just
rather-
getting it in pre
I'd rather
against this
jam.
player.
Unless it's like
I don't hate it.
ICM or something.
And the reason there's no such thing as ICM in cash.
No.
The thing I'm thinking about this is that the board that you most wanted to fold on is an ace high board,
Really?
right? I mean that's just true. I mean, when you have king queen, the board you most want to fold on is an ace high board. The fact that it has a 10 or a jack is nice that you have a gut shot. But with that in mind, if you're willing to call off on the ace high board, are you better off just jamming pre and automatically seeing 5 cards with a king queen? Anybody got an opinion on that? I don't know the answer.
I like it.
I would not like to.
I think you
Given
should
the
just
information
he
we
could be doing that
have
with
on this player.
under pairs that are like, or like flush draws that are still actually like beating you, even though I don't know what the rest of the board was, but it's just not. I'd rather have it all in pre-flop for that. Sure, yeah.
And I'm talking specifically because if we're willing to call off on an ace high board, it's that. If we're going to call off on that board, what board weren't we calling off on? I mean, maybe we weren't calling off on ace 2-4 where we didn't have a gut shot. Is that what it was? And so that's the question for you. What board would you have folded to this player on?
And also, you could have gotten him to fold if you jammed pre-flop. There's a chance.
Well, he turned out to have Jack 7 suited.
Right.
What came out?
Yeah.
I
The
remember.
problem, the problem though is specifically with a hand like King Queen, which is a very strong hand. King Queen is a hand that hates bluff catching because it's beaten by the following bluffs. Okay, Deuce Deuce is a bluff. Ace 3 is a bluff. Let's say if they mix the board, but both of them beat King Queen on the flop. So
Yeah.
so I guess they're saying if you're willing to call it, what board would you have folded to this player in this situation on? So just think that through for a second. Let's just see what it is.
It's probably pretty bad, but it was
No, I mean, just name me a
say-
board that you would have folded on.
something that was like middle and connected. Like honestly, if it came out 10-9-8 or 10-9-7, would be
Okay.
more likely.
You
Nah.
could have
Now
have
those
gut
two
shot
boards
plus
you
over
would,
pairs,
those
actually.
two boards you probably are you were often beat on, but for half pot you might have had to call with a gut shot and 2 overs.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't
You'd-
honestly. There's probably no board I'm folding to this guy with King Queen because
right,
he's so short and he has. So I should just be jamming off pre-flop.
not necessarily. Now, but we're just getting that far. We're opening up to the idea that a jam might be a really good idea here. We can see why. Now let's think through. What does he fold what does he fold and what does he call with, and how do we do against those two ranges? First of all, does he fold anything?
From
You were
what
playing him, that's your thing. What do you think?
I'd seen him fold like twice out of probably 20 hands.
Okay.
And then like
okay.
three I had seen he kept limping and jamming, or not jamming,
Right.
but limp three betting.
Okay. Do you think that he folds this Jack 7 suited? This Jack 7 suited had you jammed it?
Probably yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. This is going to surprise you, which is I'm going to tell you that he has exactly Jack 7 suited. Okay. I'm going to guarantee you that's his hand. I'm going to guarantee you that if you jam on him, he's going to fold. Okay. And now, and I'm also going to guarantee you that he's going to, unless he says he's going to jam off flops, no, I'm just going to leave it at that. To say, without knowing the flop, do you want him to fold Jack 7 suited when you have King Queen, or not? Given the SPR.
With the SPR, do I want him to fold?
Yeah. So he's got when you go to the flop, there's going to be a 0.5 SPR. And I'm telling you, if you have Jack 7 suited and you have King Queen, I'm saying, do you want to jam and have him fold, or do you want to call and let him get to the flop? Which do you prefer? With your exact hand against his exact hand.
I think I'd rather jam and have him
Hell
fold.
yeah. Hell yeah. Because he's got way more than 25% equity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
What do you
got a
think his
lot.
equity is, between and those two hands?
I'm sorry, I said 25%. It's half pot, 25% equity. He's got way more. He's got like 55 or I'm sorry, you've got like 55. You've got somewhere between 55 and 60. He's got somewhere between 40 and 45%. If he folds that out, that's great for you,
It's a
even
lot
though you're
of
ahead.
fold equity.
Right. Now, if he also folds ace deuce, which you're behind, and deuce deuce, if he does, oh my God, that's a huge win for you.
Yeah.
So maybe, now that we've looked at that, since you're not going to fold, everything changes if you're going to fold. If you're not going to fold, I think you want to jam.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean,
Now, somebody give me the argument why that's wrong. What's wrong with my math and my analysis there? Right?
It is only for short stack. It's for shorter stacks. That's about
Yeah,
it though.
we're looking at this. I'm saying in this case, is that analysis right? Did I get that right?
yeah, I agree, especially short stack. Like,
I agree, yeah.
because I mean, if I'm not going to fold on an ace high flop with, I think it was two more middle connected cards, and I'm
Yeah.
going to call it off with king high, there's no reason to not just jam it pre flop.
Yeah.
And then when you find out you're ahead, great. And when you're behind, you're usually only a little bit behind. And when you're dominated, maybe you start to go, yeah, I guessed his range wrong. Or maybe you got unlucky with your timing.
Yeah.
Because we know if his range has Jack 7 suited in it, we know it also has King Queen suited and Ace Queen suited, which dominate you. We know that. They're both there. You might have just gotten unlucky with your timing.
But see, I don't think his range has that though. I think his range.
Oh, you think he plays those differently?
Yeah, because I saw he opened like anything that was considered like Broadway strong. He was opening that under the gun for sure.
Okay.
But then like middle suited cards is what I kind of saw seemed like he got the shit on a couple of times. He honestly got pretty lucky on a couple of hands. But he got there on a couple of hands that were middle suited that he limped three bet.
I'm liking the jam even more.
In those spots when that's gonna be the SPR and they're out of position, you should really expect that they're gonna jam pre-flop. Like just jam lead or jam donk. So you should really know the stacks. I would just jam rather than let them jam the flop.
Yeah, it's fair, especially because now I think about
I don't know if that's right, but that's what I would do.
My range with what I was getting off of him on his range when he was doing that, it makes no sense to not be jamming that pre-flop.
Yeah.
I mean, you should be jamming I would say I should even be jamming like King Jack, Ace King, definitely Ace King, obviously.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I'm not King 10.
yeah, I mean King
I don't
10.
know King 10. Yeah, but then again, King 10 is not going to be a very wide part. It's not going to be a beefy part of your limp re-raise of your ISO range.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause remember, we've already limited you to ISO hands.
Yeah, that's definitely makes sense. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, guys, should we call it?
Yeah. Can I show one hand real quick?
Sure.
To demonstrate my fishiness. This hand I still get ribbed a little about it. I still have mixed emotions on this hand. So here we have now little backstory. It's gonna be me locked up with villain 100. We have a history. He tends to get more out of line with me for some reason. He really likes to check raise me and bluff at me a lot. This guy's not very good. But so we have standard open. He calls.
Maybe he's flirting.
Maybe. So we see this flop. Not the greatest flop for our hand, but I don't hate it in all honesty. When he checks here, I go B66. I think it was a good flop for my range. If I'm betting a lot, I know I probably should have, if anything, I'm betting B33 or checking. But in game this day, this session, this guy was really irritating me. So he does this. What are we thinking here?
I think we need a little bit more equity to call.
Okay.
And before we think that, we notice exactly what you said. On this day, at this particular time, he was starting to get on my nerves. And when that happens, let's put in a different thought that brings you back to poker thinking and not mood thinking. So even before making this decision, how do you bring yourself back? This is a poker mindset thing. How do you bring yourself back to poker thoughts?
Is this good? I mean, in honesty, I probably should have just checked back the flop.
Yeah, I'm asking a slightly different question. I'm asking a poker mindset, poker mood question. Because you said on this particular day, he was starting to annoy me. And so that affected your play. So before you decide what the right play is, how do you get yourself out of that, this guy was starting to annoy me loop? And playing off of that.
Look at my post-it note on the screen. WWSD. What would Scotty do?
Okay. That's one. What's another thing? What are some of the things we can do just to bring ourselves away from when a particular player is annoying us?
Take a break. Leave this particular table.
Yeah, those are good. I like those. What else?
If you guys ever do it, play lo-fi tunes in the headphones.
If that works for you.
He was on I think he was on all of the 100 NL tables that day.
Okay. That's fine. So the two things.
Take a break.
The mouse.
Here's the one that I do. So the one of taking a break is great. Changing tables is great. Somebody's annoying you. They have your number, or whatever, for that day, and you have the ability to change tables. You don't have to have an ego contest with them. You can just leave and do something else. But if for whatever reason it's the only table, or the table is particularly profitable because someone else is there and you belong there, or because he's at the other table, for whatever reason, here's the one that I do is I take a second and I picture myself away from the table. I picture myself the next week having to tell you guys about the hand. I just imagine the hand. I just go, I'm going to play this hand and I'm going to have to tell Larry and Andy and Mike and Dean what I did. So I'm going to say
by the way, so my in-game thought was Daniel actually nailed it. I have a triple backdoor with an over-the-top pair against a player who is check raise bluffing frequently.
Ooh, I like all this. These are all poker thoughts. I like these. These are good.
Yeah, so these were my actual thoughts in hand, and I know this because I've
Good.
reviewed this hand a bunch.
Yay, I like that.
It's living rent free in my head. I told myself he has a lot of bluffs. He is check raising me frequently. I have a triple backdoor to an extremely small sizing. I'm getting 4-1 here.
Oh, well, the implied odds much more.
My pot odds are 4-1 with a triple backdoor over the top pair against a player who has an absolute shit ton of bluffs in his range right now.
You're getting 14-1 with his stack size.
Was it 14?
It's 3-1.
We both started. He'll never go below 100 bigs. He'll top off every single hand, and I am deep as well. So whether right or wrong, I elect to call. I'll spike an ace. I don't love it, but I got one of the cards I wanted. One of his bluffs gets there now. He goes with a bigger sizing, which he will follow up frequently versus when he check raises. So this sizing is not out of the norm. I think okay in game. I think okay. I have to peel one more.
This one is scary.
I got something I was asking for. I can't get what I'm asking for and then fold, right?
Yeah, I guess you could call.
Should it just be a muck here? Am I?
Well, you're saying his you have stats on him that says,
Yeah, so I call. And then double bank on the turn.
Just hope he doesn't have 4-5. He should jam. Oh, he checks?
6, which leads me to believe that he did have a lot of bluffs. But I'm also now I'm thinking trapping, I'm thinking anything he's either checking here with the intent to check raise, which obviously was a terrible in-game decision because with 3,000 hands, he has never once check raised the river.
Ace 10. You could have ace 10, ace jack, pocket sets, and then I would probably
he has a lot of hands that I think he'll check here, that he doesn't, that beat my 2 pair. So I check back. And he shows up with jack 4.
Yeah, it's 10 value versus 10 jack. How did you good yes. I don't know if this is a value bet for sure.
What hands were you worried about him calling you with?
Yeah, I guess it's only ace 10. That's only ace 10. You're really like,
I'm worried about ace 10, maybe some ace jack.
I think 4-5
that's going to take this line. Although I don't think ace jack, ace 10 check the river, but we never know.
That was my thing with when he checks the river. I mean, you might be getting trapped, but I feel like I'm kind of just, at this point,
actually,
I actually, in my thought, like I literally, I think in my thought process, I thought ace 4 as well. That ace 4 will take the check the river line more.
I just realized his double back. You got your double backdoor. Like you actually have to. This is where you get the most money from your EV because of implied odds that he'd never,
Yeah,
because he's always gonna.
And that's kind of one of the things that I'm like,
2 pairs.
Did I should being results oriented? Yes, I 100% should have bet because he was never folding.
I might have been scared, but I don't know.
In game, I'm thinking he has a lot of combos that still beat me. I have good equity. I don't want to get check raised off my equity, which again, because I was a little tilty, so I was thinking, I'm not looking at, he has literally never check raised the river.
So it's like tilt, like you're scared to lose to him kind of thing, or
more that if he does check raise the river, I have to fold. He still has a lot of hands that would check, or that I think would check the river that
Yeah,
I
mean,
beat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now looking at it, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, it's almost an auto bet.
Yeah, the more I think about it, when you guys mentioned that, yeah. I mean, did you take your time to before you check back?
Good. I took some time.
Okay,
And
yeah.
even talking about it here out loud with other people, I think the only hand that really checks here that beats me is ace four.
Yeah. Yeah, you're never gonna be able to think this much, but you know, it's like practice and the instincts will kick in.
I don't even think ace four checks there.
I think it's not that. If he was a really good player, I think it's okay. Check back.
You
I don't know,
gotta go
actually,
for
I
value
no,
here. I
never.
mean,
Yeah,
you
actually,
could pick a
yeah.
size that
I don't know.
you could pick a size that you can fold to
Oh,
if he
sorry.
shoves, but
I d-
you've gotta value bet here.
Here's
I
another
just-
way to
I-
think. Here's another way to think about it,
Thank you guys.
which
I gotta
is
go, see ya.
no problem. Which is just real quickly when you call the flop with double back doors, how much money, how much implied odds do you need to make that profitable in general? And I don't want a number. The number is going to be a bunch, because you don't call it all in with double back doors. You've got to have implied odds, which means that when you get there, wherever there is, you better realize those implied odds. Otherwise, all of the calls with double back doors you've done your whole life are unprofitable. If the few that get there don't make you enough money to make up for all the ones you had to fold on the turn when they didn't improve, when none of your back doors started to improve. Does that make sense?
It does.
Right. So I'm not being specific enough to talk math. I'm talking it in English, but the math backs this up. And so with that little bit in mind, there will be exceptions, but that will probably lead you to the right decision fast. Because I call this one with double back doors, I better get more money when I get there. Okay.
Now, second question. Let's assume I don't suck at poker and I am in fact betting when I should, and I bet this. Am I just based on stacks? You think I'm just jamming it?
Someone else has to answer because I can't see the hand. I'm walking.
Yeah, you're gonna have a problem with folding to a check raise being given the pot odds. So jamming is fine.
At this point now, so Scotty, the pot is roughly 60 bigs. Villain has 72 behind.
Didn't jam, what would you bet?
I think a non-jam size, like a B55, B60.
Well, I mean, you can't fold if he jams. Okay.
Yeah, if anything I bet that he jams, I don't think I'm ever folding. So
Then jam. Then jam. You know what I mean? Because the other way, if you're never folding to a jam, when you bet half pot and he calls, you win half the pot. When he's got the hand and you bet half pot and he jams, you lose a whole pot. So you can't make money in the long term when your good hands win half a bet and his good hands win a full bet. Make sense?
I think, I don't know, this one's been living rent free in my head a little bit. And it more goes down to the rent free part is the call on the flop. And the more I look at it, I think the call on the flop is not, I think it was the check back on the river that.
Yeah,
maybe
I really don't think, I mean, he's got check raise bluffs here, but you're just not really doing that great against his check raise bluffs on flop. I just don't think you have enough equity to call the flop check raise.
Yeah. So since you can't see, Scotty, I'll narrate. So I opened under the gun with ace three of hearts. Villain calls me in the big blind. Flop comes jack four of diamonds, 10 of hearts. He checks, I B66. He check raises me. So I bet pot is 5.5 bigs. I bet 3.4. he check raises to 9.4. So I have to call 6 to win a pot that'll be 24, giving me 4-1 odds. And I have triple backdoor with an over to top pair. Because I have a backdoor straight draw to the wheel, backdoor to Broadway, backdoor hearts, and an
Mhm.
over to
Yeah.
top pair.
So I think you do, I think you're doing some folding on that flop, but when you're not folding that flop, you're jamming that river. That's playing, I think.
And Crusher, that was my exact thinking. It was a super small check raise, triple backdoor with an over. I don't think I can fold to that sizing, getting 4-1.
Well,
with
what's your
position.
equity? Look at it this way. What is your equity? Put it in an equity analyzer and understand what your equity is here.
Given what we can show known hole cards, I have 8% equity in against his hand.
Okay, so when he check raises, I mean, he's probably at the top of range, which he is here. So you're not getting odds if you think about what his check range is.
And this is a
but
fine call on the flop, but once you get to the river, you definitely got a value bet.
Yeah, I
This is
disagree with
not
the
a
call on the
good,
flop. I
flop
understand other
call if
people
you're
feel
not gonna
differently, but
value
yeah,
bet.
I think you can overfold to a check raise flop. I mean, you've got to have more equity. You can
in game,
overfold
I
when they
was
check
thinking
raise.
he's over bluffing here dramatically. Again,
But
I'm
what's
not
his
doing
check
that
raise
well
flop
against a lot of his
frequency?
bluffs, but
How often is he check raising flop?
normal in this spot in this day on this day, he was check raising me a lot. Me specifically.
Well, okay, that's a small sample size. I mean, what's his check? You've got 3,000 hands on him. What's his check raise flop
Normal
frequency?
check raise frequency from the it doesn't show position, but I mean his normal check raise frequency is 6%.
All right, so I would argue that's not a lot. I mean, so we know solver is usually around 10 to 14%. So I wouldn't call 6% a lot. I would call it probably normal for a good player. But
And
yeah, I don't think you need to call all this. I mean, you are getting good odds, but you don't have a hand that sustains enough equity against his top of range. So yeah, that's my argument, and I'm sticking with it.
more I'm still unsure on this hand, and apparently my indecision I feel is maybe warranted because I got half of you guys saying it was a good call, half saying it was a bad call. It's just kind of one of those weird spots.
Yeah, they're pretty common. They're pretty common. All right, guys. So we're at 3:00. Let's meet on Monday.
All right, see you guys then. Have a
Right.
good weekend. Make some money.
All right. Good luck this weekend, everyone. Bring some hands on Monday.
Yes. See you then.
Guys, see you later.
All right.
All right, bye.